You may notice that Aaron looks a little bit different tonight.
Hello, it's me, Aaron. We're the TTRPG Collective. It's a good Discord.
7 out of 10 Aaron impersonation. Okay.
Oh my god.
The TTRPG Collective by, for, and with people from the RPG community, as well as some developers on the pro side. Here, I'll fit it in. Do you like snowmen? Snowmen, because they are important in winter time, and they like to huddle together for warmth, just like we do in the TTRPG Collective. Come to the TTRPG Collective, and you will also be warm in the winter and the summertime too. Thank you. There you go. That's your Aaron-esque.
Aaron.
That was an Aaron pitch right there for sure.
For sure.
I'm like aghast at like how good that was.
I mean, I'm married to it, so I'm gonna.
I'm married to it. Can someone clip that just so I can stir the pot?
I got you, Betsy.
Now someone needs to clip that for the Aetherius evil laugh.
The Aetherius evil laugh is a clip of its own for sure.
Okay, I think I got both of it all in the same clip.
So the part of Aaron tonight is going to be played by Mike. You may know Mike. Mike has no socials, therefore it doesn't actually exist.
Yeah.
So the spirit of
I'm
Mike.
not like a real person.
No, not at all. Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Why you're here tonight?
Hi, I'm Mike. I was introduced to the world of Evandale back at the Mütvia LARP.
So happy you can pronounce this. It's all right.
Man.
Fine. It's all right.
It's the end of the school year. It's the start of the summer semester. I'm planning my wedding. I'm moving into a house. Listen, you're lucky I'm awake.
He said be grateful for consciousness. Yeah.
Fair.
I was first introduced to Evandale at the Mütvia LARP. I loved it. Since then, I was in the Untimely Heroes campaign as Casper Jeffcott's cop.
That's
Very
right.
fun. And I was in the Kill City Sinners campaign as a rotating number of characters because they kept retiring, dying, moving on, doing other things.
It's so fucking true.
And I'm here tonight. And
So-
again, I have no socials. Don't look for me.
There you go. Aaron will be back. Aaron is currently playing another game tonight, and chances are we're going to be rating that other game. I just don't have the other game directly in front of me. Otherwise, I would totally plug my wife so that you can go catch them playing something else and leave here.
I don't think
'Cause
you're allowed to
would do
plug your
what?
wife on Twitch.
I'm not. Oh, okay. No. That's right. That's like a TOS thing. I am so sorry.
You get demonetized.
I've been demonetized.
There's other sites for that.
I mean,
Oh god, this is how we're starting.
this is how we're starting. Yeah.
This is
Big
gonna be a
time.
fun night, guys.
This is it. This is so tonight is brought to you by Only Drosty, and only on Only Drosty will you be able to find the quality content that everyone has come here for. So
Only Drosty where the fates decide if you get off. I love that.
Dice
You have
tell
to
the story.
you have to roll some dice and see.
The price for this subscription is very affordable, something you wouldn't even miss.
so we're going to pick up right where we left off. Mike, you had an announcement.
I do?
That he
I was kidding.
Oh, my
Yeah, I think that was the joke.
I've never played Pathfinder, this version of Pathfinder. So, let's see how it goes. I'll do my best. No promises.
Let's see if there's anything else that people would like to do in chat in order to contribute to the stream. You can, of course. You are also a character in the world of Evandale. That means that you can portray an NPC, a monster, a sound effect. You can do whatever it is that you want in chat, and if it happens to fit with the current story, then absolutely we'll be doing that. As an example, an audience member was just portraying the sound of a dog, and how perfect is that for Mütvia? So that's what's that?
That's crazy.
I know. It was so realistic. Yeah, killer. You can absolutely portray a monster. But again, if it falls in line with the story that is currently being told in the moment, then absolutely. Of course, all attention for the action is going to go on over to the players, who we have here as Therias. And then we have Mike and we have Chris. We have On, Emma, and Yuri. We're going to get right into the action tonight because while I don't know everything that's going to happen, I kind of have some ideas, so let's get into it. Well, that was fucking fortuitous. Some goddamn wolf howl right in the beginning of it. Dude, that was so cool. Last night, you had come across an abbey, or rather, left it. After days of travel, you finally got here. The abbey had some nastiness within it. There we found someone by the name of Danix, a centaur who had been possessed by an unknown spirit or entity of some kind. Once we found out who Danix was, everything was safe, at least for the time being. Danix, you had revealed that you were a champion. Do you happen to have anything on your body, or was it revealed that what you were a champion of?
Yes. So he had explained that he was a champion of Scythia, but he also had on his person a suit of chainmail, or a set of chainmail armor that carried the flower that represents her.
Perfect. And then it was also discovered that Danix had, over the past 3 months or so, managed to kind of rebuild an old abandoned house. The crew, along with a very damaged Mercy, typically portrayed by Aaron, ended up going back. In game terms, Mercy was in a wounded state, had dropped, was stabilized, and healed even to some degree. But for some reason, Mercy's body hasn't yet fully healed, and that is exactly where we will pick up tonight. It is up to you, players, as to whether or not you want to sleep through the night or you want to address things early on. Either way, the action will pick up. Mercy is currently in a corner of your house. But as we walk up to it, Danix, would you be able to tell us what this house looks like?
Of course. So it is, as you walk up the path, you spot in between the trees what looks like a fairly still dilapidated cabin of sorts. It's not some grand palace by any means, but for Danix, it's home. And he's been spending the past few months sprucing it up to the point where it is livable. And that's about what it looks like as you approach the outside. The roof still has a lot of moss on it. He hasn't quite gotten to clearing that up because, centaur. But the outside wooden boards look cleaned and refreshed. And there is a clearly new door attached that has a locking mechanism that as you walk up, Danix would be unlocking the door and sort of inviting everyone inside.
And assuming that is where we pick up the action, I will take you over there right now. The game is over on the VTT. I turn the world over to you. We're going to assume that Mercy is over there in a corner. Just kind of resting or doing something along those lines. If you feel that there's a better place where that character can go for undisturbed rest because the player is not here to portray their character, I'm not going to portray it for them. Tell me where you would like that to move, and then we will go from there. Players, as a quick reminder, if you see something in here, such as a candle or what have you, you can pick it up. You can add it to your character sheet simply by clicking and dragging directly onto your sheet. Other than that, have fun. The world is yours.
I would say that Belle is closer to Mercy because Belle is still technically out cold and is probably slumped close by to where Mercy's also sleeping.
Yeah. The room on the right-hand side has a... You can move your PC over there.
I can't. It says that I've collided with walls.
Oh, yeah, because there's an actual wall in between things here. There is a door directly, yep, and then down to your right-hand side, I think. Let me see if that's the case. There you go.
Did it?
So,
Bill just crawling to Mercy.
Basically. Unconsciously.
within that room,
Perhaps one of us should have helped her.
within that room, there is a beautifully lit hearth that looks like it has been, for the most part, restored from stone slabs that have been laying around. You can still see that there's some crude stonework being done to this place. The floor looks, for the most part, patched up, but still there is cracks and unevenness in the floor, lending to the mystique of it all.
Elias is going to cast a glance to where, well, I'll move him so that he's like in a place where he'd be able to
I
see
thought you
this.
meant your character's actually like casting something called glance. I
Yes,
was like,
he
wow.
casts visual perception. He's gonna kind of turn the corner to take a peek in on Mercy and on Belle, and then is going to return to the group. Delia, do you have any idea what would be preventing Mercy from healing? By all means, she should be better by now, right?
Yes, I feel like we might be able to get answers in the temple. I don't know if it is something that used to, belong to the goddess of life, right? We should be able to find something there to help them. Have you found anything there in the time that you were there before we found you?
Well, I did not really have much time to explore. This thing possessed me the moment that I stepped inside.
I see.
So that's over 2 there.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you would object to going back there in the morning and seeing what we can discover. I should be safer now that the trap was set off.
Belle, that you're close to Mercy, you can tell that her skin is attempting to mend, but every now and then the blood seeps up in between. It is dark. I mean, this is a Feydeal, a creature of the void itself. So while the blood is vivacious and red, you can still see it seems almost as corrupted as the ground itself, coagulated awkwardly here and there and almost possessing a greasy-like texture.
I don't know where we are at the moment, and I will ask that question afterwards. But Mercy's blood kind of looks like the greasy ground.
Elias is leaning in the door frame on the right side. He has his right arm, or his right leg kind of hooked in front of his left and is looking at Belle and Mercy. Yeah, I just talked to Delia about this, and she thinks we should go back to the Abbey. Does she look like she'll make it through the night?
I don't know who Abby is, but her skin looks like it is attempting to heal, so I would assume that she might make it through the night.
Davix, will she be safe here if the rest of us leave?
Well, she will be protected by the home as much as anyone in Mütvia would be protected by it.
Wait. Didn't you attack us?
I explained
It's-
to
yeah.
your friends I was possessed by something. It was not me. I sincerely apologize.
He's on the up and up. We can vouch for Davix.
Danix.
So, I guess I don't have to apologize for clawing you in the stomach.
No. That's completely understandable. I would do the same thing in my shoes, though I do not have claws. And he kind of holds up his hands.
Look, I shot magic at Davix less than 6 hours ago, and we're already building a burgeoning friendship. He's an alright guy, I think.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
That sounds nice.
I would not feel all right leaving her here, though. I do believe we should bring them both with us. That way, if we do find anything that can help, we can just, do it as soon as we can, instead of having to come back for her.
Besides, I would not.
Yes, I know you would not leave her side either. Do you know if there's any flowers around the cabin?
You did see a couple coming up. I mean, here and there.
Flowers?
Okay. Would one of you help me outside and collect some flowers?
I would.
Thank you. And I'll help her and make sure she makes it through the night. So if we do get, I'm planning to, get fresh, the brightest flowers, the ones that feel like have the most life in them, and I'm gonna make a whole bunch of like the little bunches that I make, so I can use Root of Life, and I know it's that way it sucks the life out of the flowers instead of deteriorating her life force any further.
Okay.
And place a couple upon her, and then maybe in the middle of the night kind of come back and swap them out for fresh ones as well. And then I would have given Belle some to hold too.
Before we go to the next morning, I think that when Delia and Belle leave to go get the flowers outside, Chris, it looks like your token is in here with Mercy and Elias. Vin and Elias enter the room, and Elias, looking over Mercy as she lay, is going to take a seat on the end of the bed, cross his left leg over his right leg, and then just put a really kind of compassionate hand on the side of their head as they're sleeping. And he's going to turn up to Vin and say, I really like this fucking weirdo. I hope nothing bad happens to her.
I was there when she was born. Me neither.
That's true. I guess you've known her whole life, haven't you?
What about the 20 minutes before I ran back into you? Yeah.
Elias is going to stand up, walk back to the edge of the door where he was leaning previously, and is going to lean against the right side. It's quite the group, quite the motley crew we found ourselves with these days.
Just a regular band of misfits, that is for sure.
What do you think
is Dex still in here?
So Danix would probably...
Danix, sorry.
Danix would probably be in the hallway. I'm just having trouble moving the token because, yay, large creature.
Oh, hold on. Is it preventing
you gotta open that door. There you go.
Okay. I've never used Foundry before.
No,
so
it's okay.
I don't know how to interact with doors.
Are you able to?
Okay, there. Maybe. No. It says I collided with a wall.
Oh, you moved a little bit.
That's straight up. Yeah. Now go down and down to your lower right. Right,
Down through right
there to your right. There you go.
There we go. Okay.
There you go.
I did it!
The centaur's like body is just
You
like
entered the room at your house.
Vin and Elias just here clamoring all over the place coming from over there.
And I think as he you hear him curse and sort of bump the door, you see as he sort of walks up into the doorway, not wanting to disturb all of you as you're getting settled. You see his horse legs are still kind of shaking a little bit. He seems pretty exhausted after the day that he's had.
Please come in and make yourself known.
Of course, I didn't want to disturb you all. I know you had hurt friends and all that.
True to form, your body is indeed shaking, and not only for the reasons that you described, but the hairs on your arm stand up. There's a presence immediately around you that then moves past you. And then, Delia, you don't feel it. But if we go to the VTT, we can see this. So first it hits Danix, and then Elias. There's a... Let's see, hold on, Elias, where are you exactly?
I
He's in the room
am
with me.
standing
Yeah,
in
and
the
then
door frame of the room.
You
I
are,
don't know if
okay.
I moved my token.
Yeah, and then I've moved my token, but it
There we
hasn't.
go.
It hasn't moved on the.
If you're
Like
using...
it's moved on my VTT, but on the what's on stream, it hasn't moved at all.
Yeah, I noticed that too. There's...
I've been moving myself around though.
Yeah, I can always refresh the stream as well. But don't worry about the stream because I'll take care of that side. But I can see where you actually are. So, Elias,
Okay.
there's a brief moment there where you could swear the front door had been left open because you feel a going straight past you, and like the hairs on the back of your neck, and then that shock of chill goes down your spine, and then it's over. Vin, you feel it. Bell, the call of the earth, passes right past you again. And because you're the only one currently next to Mercy, you also get you see Mercy's flesh just go just for a brief moment as if it was under the effect of something external and unseen.
Call of the Earth, is that the same as the Call of Death?
It's a generic term that I'm using to describe that
Okay.
feeling that you experienced when you were still on the
Okay.
ground.
Perfect. She'll just sit there watching it.
You notice one of the wounds coagulated. The flowers that were put on it by Delia had started to assist, and then you can see the flowers themselves begin to shrivel as if all moisture had been stolen from it.
Did you feel that?
Dahlia, is this supposed to happen?
I did.
No,
What was
not
that?
at all.
That's a good question.
It's a
Davix, you felt
call
it
of-
too.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Does my ghost sense or me and Vince detect magic detect anything?
That's what I was about to ask too.
Yeah, magic wouldn't ordinarily detect spirits, but are you looking for a specific magical effect like arcane, divine, occult, primal, stuff like that?
Well, wouldn't I be able to detect spirits if they're close enough to me?
So yeah, you're going down the Drosty route. Perfect. Give me an occult check. Recall knowledge, occult.
Occult. Let's.
After this, Steve, can I attempt to use Read Aura on Daxon?
Yeah.
I think seeing that Daxon is weak, Elias is curious. Hell yeah.
So, alrighty. Well,
First roll, y'all.
you're the first.
Thank
you.
Yeah, you didn't. You were not affected by it, but you saw Danix kind of go, kind of like that chill up the spine. Then you kind of heard other people, including Elias, tap into it vocally, and that's when you sent your sensors out. Oh, yeah. What? Oh. Yeah, I get to do this. There's a moment when the air begins to get a little bit of a tingle to it. A slight coppery smell akin to blood. But only if it were actually on the burnt side, such as a steak that was a little bit too rare, maybe a slaughtered animal still on the fire. You can smell the searing of flesh the more you concentrate on it. You've been sensing spirits your entire life. You have the gift, after all. And then you sense the presence of something else outside. A quick glance over your shoulder, you don't see anything but a strike of lightning brightens everything up, and in the distance you swear you can see slowly moving figures. But in the room next to you, since you're in the hallway, you sense something It shouldn't be there at all. There is a massive presence of evil in this place, and it is not letting itself be known easily.
I'll go ahead and run over to the door by where Elias is standing and look into the room.
You see what you see.
Damn. Okay, but I felt there was something here.
Meanwhile,
In
Elias,
the cabin.
you felt it definitely within the cabin, but you also felt it without. There appears to be two concurrent things going on. Elias, when you go to cast Read Aura on Danix, you're not picking up on anything tremendously unusual.
Are you all right? You look like you've had a rough day. That's a silly thing to say given what I know about the last 24 hours.
If you can call being possessed and experiencing insurmountable pain as your soul is slowly separated from your body a day, then yes, I've had a day.
You make a tremendous point. Do you have any alcohol by chance?
I will see if I have any left. And he's gonna start looking in cabinets. I know he has rations. I don't know that alcohol would be included in rations.
You tell me. This is your equipment.
I feel like he'd have a bottle of something around somewhere. He'd dig it up in one of the random cabinets. Ah, perfect. I thought I drank this already, but and brings it back over. Well, I've got one bottle left.
I think it would be good for us, maybe, team, to take a moment to compare thoughts. Judging by body language, I am assuming, and then he turns to Delia at this, who came into the room after the chill came up, that I wasn't the only person that experienced some kind of phenomenon a moment ago.
There is something inside the cabin, but there is something else outside as well. I think moving towards us.
As soon as you say that, you each get a little gust of cold wind coming from the corner where Mercy is. It races right past everyone and slams up against the front wooden door to the point where even the door goes like shudders for an instant. And who's in the hallway? Oh, it's Delia and Danix. Assuming that you follow it, you can even see like a little, glimpse. You know what? Fuck it. The two of you, give me perception checks.
Let's go.
Belle, if you can give me a medicine or occult, whichever one you would like.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
Apologies, I'm still
No, it's
figuring
fine.
out.
On the
Foundry.
left-hand side,
Okay.
in the green area, you will see underneath your shield that has the armor class. Directly underneath that is perception with the D20 that you can click.
Oh, perfect.
It was a
Could
cult
I?
or
Medicine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should I also do an occult check?
Yeah, absolutely. Going through this on you. Okay, so you did with occultism.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize that whatever was within Mercy has apparently vacated, because only now do you realize that her muscles were completely tense, and now she's just sloughed back into an unconscious state. But you also are picking up on a sense, you're kind of like seeing between worlds right now, or at least picking up on the energies in between, and you no longer detect that presence that had brushed alongside you. For those of you who were in the hall, you have here Delia and Danix have 15 and 17 on your perception. The two of you, when you heard the door shudder for a brief moment, you kind of glanced over. Your choice if you actually did. If you do, you would have noticed a very brief coalescence of almost like a fog turning into a solid substance that slithered out under the door.
Fantastic. I was hoping that now that I can lock the door, and Danix will, as he's like sort of muttering this to Delia, walk up and lock the door, since no one is outside anymore.
Are you looking
hoping
outside
that
by any
would-
chance?
He'll glance out the window. Sure.
Okay. There's some figures that are moving in and out between the trees, just kind of milling about. Humanoid and disturbing. It is nighttime. It is Mütvia, and you're in the boonies of the worst country around, so something's going to be bound to be out there. Vin, your occultism of 15, you picked up on... You seem to remember that there were... The warnings of the woods at night are not something to be taken lightly. This absolutely confirms it. You're in a really, really bad place, and anything outside of this is going to be completely inhospitable.
Yes, at least it seems like whatever was causing her body to go back to the earth has vacated her. It seems like he has left the cabin as well. Here, do you have any oil on you?
I can't say I do. But I'm sorry, causing her to go back to the earth.
Yes, you see, actually, I don't know if you would have encountered them before. The Voidkin. She is a Void Elf.
It's a whole thing.
She, the same way that your goddess is made of light, her people are made of the void.
Interesting.
And it seems like it was leaving her and returning to the earth, which would have effectively killed our friend. Let me see. I should have something. But do you mind looking? Oh, I do not think wax will do. Do you have any oil lanterns, anything like that?
The best I have are torches, unfortunately. Let's see, what else do I have in here? And he starts sort of rummaging through cabinets of...
Yeah, you can... If it's a common item that you feel that your character would have, by all means, take it.
Okay.
I'm going to take out some stuff and immediately start preparing some porridge.
So
I will go ahead and take the oil, and then under my I have like sachets of like dried herbs, which I don't use the dried stuff for, like the root to life for obvious reasons, but I have some dried herbs like that I would I'm actually, if I'm gonna take the pot real quick. The porridge is gonna have to wait, and I am going to kind of heat up the oil and throw the herbs into it so that the oil gets kind of like infused with the herbs, and then I'm gonna ask for one of you to help me kind of put it like on the windows and the door, like protective sigils of sorts, just to try to keep the spirits out throughout the night.
While they
ones at least, and then I'll we can rinse it and I can give you back the pot.
Oh no! As soon as you took the pot, Vin is pulling out another pot to prepare his porridge. And as he prepares that porridge, he takes an entire stick of butter, which he keeps, and puts it in the bowl of porridge, and goes outside and puts it on the front step and closes the door. Yeah. It's like the warnings of the night is not to be taken lightly. We must respect the Sanji.
Did you just put butter outside?
Spirit seemed to
Why?
like it.
How do you know that?
Because Mütvia, honestly, it's one of those things, Bill. I thought it was bizarre.
I did that
too.
right, Steve?
Vin, when you go out there and you put stuff there, Elias, you recognize this from a while ago, that the Drosti had done this or taught you about it. Vin, the moment you do that, the woods go a little bit still. You weren't even aware that it wasn't a wind that was moving the underbrush. When you put that out there, shit went quiet.
I'm going to have Elias follow Vin, if that is all right. And while Vin is placing the butter in the porridge to appease the land, Elias is going to dig 2 hands into the land. He's not going to summon anything in this moment, but knowing that, like, it appears to be easier for him to utilize that part of his magic. If he has some piece of the land, he's going to take some of that fatty viscera and put it into a little thing, grimace, as he's doing that, and then put it into his pocket. He'll slap Vin on the back as he goes back inside, and then I'm assuming you have comfortable seating somewhere here. Am I? Well, honestly, I'm assuming you have comfortable seating somewhere here. Right?
Well, there were leftover chairs and things that I put off to the side because he gestures at the horse portion of his body. I cannot use them, but you are more than welcome to them. Unfortunately, the only things I could find in here were wooden chairs and benches.
Fair enough.
Did you thank the land for taking the grease from it?
I'm sorry, was that to me?
To
or-
Elias.
Oh no, to the man.
Oh, yes, darling. A lot of what I do may seem weird, and particularly to someone like who's adjusting, but much of it is internalized, and so trust me, I've dealt with this for long enough, and have been here on this country long enough to know when you need to say thank you and use your manners, and when you need to be quiet. So I did. I just didn't say it out loud.
Was he talking about me for being quiet?
No, darling, I think you're okay.
Okay.
I do have some extra blankets, though, if you would like them.
I think we need to sit somewhere and have a drink. That is what I would like right now.
Renee.
So as you're all looking for chairs and benches and other things to sit on, and the smell of porridge begins to infect the air, you begin to realize you really haven't eaten in about 10 hours. You had a day's march. Some of you were extremely wounded, and some of you that cast spells, which is most everyone here, you're kind of lacking.
I will make some porridge for us now. So I'll start making food for everybody.
This is Mercy's only like second, or not Mercy. I'm not Mercy.
Freudian slip. Cute.
Did you want to be in Mercy? Is that where you're?
It must be. This is Belle's only like second time eating in however many years she's been underground, and so she eats very oddly. So she'll wait to start eating her porridge until she sees how everybody else does it, and then finds the way that the spoon or whatever works best in her hands from the way that she sees other people doing it.
Vin hands you
So
just a big
cute.
piece of bread to sop up porridge with. Because that is how Vin eats his porridge. Just sopping it and eating the bread like that.
I'm gonna look at something here really quick. Do you have? Oh shit, Vin, can you roll crafting for me?
Sure.
I'm kind of because you're trained in it. I'm kind of curious exactly what this is gonna do.
I'm worried. If he fails, do we get food
Yeah.
poisoning?
There's a 22. There you go.
Let's go.
I'll let you
Best
know.
porridge we've ever had.
It really is, so much so that I'll let you guys know when you choose to take a rest. I'll let you know what the effects are.
Nice.
So we're not gonna play a card game tonight, right? Because I think last time things went badly.
We can play a non-magical card game, something that won't make me lose my eyesight, possibly.
Maybe we chill on the card games for the time being. Maybe a drinking game instead. And he's gonna do a point to each of the people sitting in the circle.
I am not opposed.
What do you do with it?
Oh, my sweet Belle, this is going to be delicious. You just wait. There are a couple of classics that immediately come to mind. But most of all, I need is going to survey the group with interest. What about a good round of Never Have I Ever? Are you all familiar?
I have
Oh God.
never done that.
Oh, right. No, that won't work because... Okay, never mind. I forgot one of us was born like 48 hours ago and thus would not ever have to drink. Or
Just born
we...
yesterday.
Open to suggestions, gang. What do we think? Never
I can learn
have I
it.
ever seems exclusive or exclusionary, and we don't want that.
I could go by what I have learned in past recent hours.
I know you're not keen on cards, but I have some dice.
Nice.
Oh, those look tasty.
Don't eat those.
I agree with
those.
Bill. I also like clicky clackies.
You're telling Belle not to eat one, and she just goes. Hey, I'm just have to clean that one after stream.
Let's not eat dangerous things while we're out in the middle of the forest, please.
Perhaps we just drink. It will help us sleep, anyways, and well, we need the rest. We all do.
Yes, let's drink, and you can all explain to me what you mean by her being born 48 hours ago, because I know I seem strange, but
I was buried alive and was there for a long time, and now I'm here.
I mean, honestly, it's relatively
That's
succinct.
about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we know, right?
I think so. We never... Well, the only one that was there... Well, Vin.
Well, and Mercy, who's not with us right now.
Really, it is your classic birth of voidkin. I don't. Just out of a dead body. She just rolled on out right on top of me.
And
It
Belle,
was-
did you see when she came out of the ground?
No, she
Probably.
was behind me.
I think she was asking me
Oh,
when I saw when you came out of the ground.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did, I think. I couldn't see. My eyes have not come back yet. Like you!
Remember... Do you remember if there were any markings on her grave?
I did not recall seeing her grave. I did not get a chance to, Well, we had to start running pretty quickly, unfortunately,
I
so
see.
no.
Can I ask an above table question? I think in the last session, Aaron learned that the person that birthed, heavy air quotes, Mercy, was at the Abbey that we just left from, or had fled from that Abbey. Was that something that was shared with the table, or is that something that only Mercy knows?
I don't know that was ever shared.
I don't believe that was public. We can also
Yeah,
chalk
I
it
feel
up
like
to.
I'll clip it and send it to you. But there's like a moment wherein Mercy learns. I think it was like after a roll that Aaron did, that the body that she had
Oh.
come from this Abbey.
Then you know what? We can say that if you remember that, then you remember that. That's fine.
I think that I remember that as well.
Yeah, then
now that
that's
you're saying that.
absolutely
She
yeah. Go
mentioned
ahead.
it.
Then you're good.
She did say something about like running from there, and that there was like some sort of connection, which was another reason. Because I saw it in a vision, and she felt like her, not her past self, but the body she came from, that was from there, and that was one of the reasons why we decided to just go straight to the Abbey. So she did tell us. Yeah.
If what Mercy said before she fell unconscious is true, and her birth parents, if whomever Mercy came from ran from that Abbey or was associated with that Abbey, I know we talked about leaving, or no, we're bringing Mercy with us, right?
Yes.
I'm wondering if maybe bringing Mercy to the Abbey might help get her across the finish line. She appears to be healing a little bit better, right?
Yes, that's the same thing that I was thinking. We can... I mean, is there anything else you'd be able to tell us, Danix, about the reason that you are here?
Well, as far as myself, from what I understand of being in this land, there is not much life to it. And, well, as crazy as it sounds, I came first to cleanse the Abbey, but also redeem the land, so to speak.
Can I ask why?
Well, I felt a calling. I know it's hard to explain, but it's...
Trust me, not as hard as you might think.
Gods work that way.
That they
It's
do.
not surprising that the goddess didn't tell you why she sent you here, but just did.
The fun thing about Ciclia is she also does not talk to people, so the feelings are really all I've gotten most of my life when I've been called to things.
Yes.
So
Religion, Elias is going to say as he lifts up a shot glass and takes one back.
Very well, then. I think we are all in agreement to go back. Then
agreed.
we might be able to help you clean it. So nothing else like yesterday or earlier today befalls you again. And in our cleaning of it, we might be able to find something to help our friends here. Yes, I do think we need to rest, especially after everything you've been through.
Yes.
Vin, there's a brief moment there as you're handling the porridge that something slips. It's not even, it's not intentional. It's not due to any lack of anything on your part. Your hand is just literally trying to hold on to something, and your body is just giving way to fatigue.
I think it is time for me to lay down.
Yes, rest.
Agreed.
Is there...
Yes, please.
Sleeping
some of you are
situation, do we
very-
maybe want to review that?
So
we have our rolls, our bed rolls that were in the cart, and some blankets.
I was hoping that
really
Davix
don't
maybe
mind.
recovered a queen bed or two that you just don't have immediately available.
I see.
unfortunately, I have not cleaned out the bedrooms just yet. Mostly the kitchen and this entry area. I did start work on one other, but it's not in the best condition. And he sort of walks over to where the other room that he'd been cleaning out is. It doesn't have a bed in it, I believe. I think that's a table in the corner.
That's a table in the corner. You have a full working fireplace and a butcher's block in that room.
Perfect. So, mostly the general living spaces have been cleaned out. Everything else I have not touched because I need to, clean it out both. And he kind of looks at Delia as he says this, of anything that might be in there.
Yes, Elias, as much as you are tempted to find a bed, I suggest we don't open any more doors tonight. We don't in the rooms, and I'd rather leave it that way, especially with how tired we all are.
Do not worry, Elias. And Vin is going to walk up to this table and tap it a couple times.
Okay.
And change the surface of the table to a mattress with prestidigitation.
Oh, shit.
VIP.
Fuck yeah.
Icon behavior. So good.
That was really cool.
I can do little tricks.
Good application.
Elias looks to Vin, and his eyes light up with a joy that I don't know that we've seen yet from this person. And he is again gonna pick Vin up and give him the good hug and spin, because Elias is, I think, a lot taller than Vin is. And then Delia, you said something about blankets, dear. You had sheets, maybe.
Yes, and I hand you a blanket. I give one to Danix as well. I will sleep with the newly born, just to make sure nothing else happens to them at night.
I will too.
Yeah, so I guess the three of us will kind of huddle up over here. I have blankets for us, and so we kind of just, body warmth, and I have the little flowers kind of tucked into their little tunics as well, and just to keep an eye on that, because I'm using that as a measure of how much is happening to them or affecting them, right? Because I'd be able to visually see the flowers wither, and so that's another reason. But yeah, okay, so everybody has a blanket and have a bedroll, I think.
Delia, I'm so sorry. One last thing.
Yes?
Do you have a pillow by chance? I know you have a big pack.
Oh, I think Brute can take the cup and turn it into a pillow.
It's only one thing at a time. Mattress is kind of a big thing, so.
No, and I appreciated that, Vin. Thank you. No, it was worth a try. Thank you, love. And he's gonna go and take the sheet that you gave him over to the table mattress.
Yeah, I feel like Delia would have only had hers and one other, so she'll lay them side by side so that the three girls can kind of just huddle up together in them. Yeah, be all cute and shit.
Elias sleeps splayed out like this.
Of course he does.
So he's taking the entirety, and he moves. That fucker moves when he sleeps. Yeah, big there.
Man. And over here, I was
Like a
hoping to
friend.
let Vin cuddle with you.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
Vin and Elias. I'm not gonna. We'll wait. We'll RP that. That'll come out in the story, I think.
Yeah. Vin takes his coat off and stuffs it into his hat and uses his hat as a pillow.
Oh, that's smart.
The thunder up top is just ringing out. The storm gets closer until finally there is a strong rain that is it's coming down, revealing any leaks that might be in the ceiling. Fortunately, not too many have been unrepaired, and those that are still leaking are primarily in other rooms. An odd white noise, comfort, finally comes over the scene. You each in your own way, cuddling up with others, finding bodily warmth as The night air brings with it a cool sense of death. In this case, death of sun, death of its Mütvia. It feels like you're going to sleep like the dead. You can hear the distant howls, including the one just on the other side of that wall, that every now and then is crying out as if through some ethereal plane, until finally it's quiet and you find yourself in deep slumber. You estimate several hours have passed, allowing you all enough. I'm going to say, you know, when you fall dead asleep and you maybe are asleep for maybe 2 or 3 hours and you felt like you were out for like 9 because your body just immediately entered that REM state and that was it. So that's exactly what we're going to do right now. I'm going to mark all your characters as having been rested. You are no longer fatigued. You will have the ability to get any spells back if you are spontaneous casters or what have you. And some of you have healed. Belle, I'm going to go around the table. One point during the night, your eyes open. You can see Mercy's breath extremely shallow. But at least it's steady. And every now and then, Mercy's body shifts into a slightly more comfortable position. Good. Danix, first night with guests in the night. This is interesting. So far, it's okay. And you can feel the land kind of giving you a little nod to that effect. Like, nothing's going to bother you tonight. Delia, as you pulled a comforter rolled over on your side or what have you, there was along with that cool breeze that came in through whatever cracks are in the building, there came a wonderful smell of petrichor and peat. The earth now being revived by that rain. Elias, when you dug your hands into the earth before and you felt that stuff in between your fingers, you recognize that this land, now that you kind of go back over it, seems to already be claimed by someone. But you are able to derive the benefits that you typically would from it. And Vin, you fed everyone. There's a portion of that spirit of the land, that heart of the body of the land that you represent as a commoner of Mütvia. You fed everyone. Because of that, and the porridge that you all received, you will also all receive an additional 5 hit points back. And I'll take care of that on your sheets. And let's see, I believe I have everyone here. Yeah, looks like everyone is now at full, so you are good. I will update Mercy as well. Okay. No watches, correct?
I have one on my wrist, but I don't think that's what it's
Oh my gosh.
No worries.
correct. I don't think there is anybody taking watch.
No
We
worries.
were all too tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danix
no.
is a little too fatigued to do it tonight.
Yeah. That's when you start hearing bam, 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 bam on the door. You wake up.
What? Instinctively, Elias goes.
Danix sits up immediately and shushes you. Trying to let's see, there's a window down at the bottom of the room. He's gonna sort of peek out of it and try and see who's at the door.
You see someone in a like completely wet hood, but Mike, take it from here.
Yeah, totally just like big heavy hood, soaking wet, lantern in one hand, and just beating on the door with the other hand, kind of like hunched over, not from like age or anything, just to maybe have the rain hitting his back instead of the top of his head again. and just hammering on the door, sees kind of a flicker of movement in the window, and then just very pointedly looking in that direction, hammering on the door.
What time is it?
Middle of the night. You don't even know how much sleep you got, but definitely enough for you to feel a little bit rested.
Danix will go back to the door of the room that he was sleeping in, sort of peek out at Delia in the hallway. Some men. I have no idea who he is or what he wants, but let's be cautious.
Yes. Do I sense any magic around him?
Nothing unusual.
Or is he... No, just normal.
You know what? I'll roll for you. You keep going. I'll let you know.
Oh, no, don't do that. Okay.
That's all right. It's always good. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, I'm very good with people. I will answer the door.
Delia, yes. You just woke up. The filters of the day and the mind that typically gets rid of all the shit that you don't need, not there yet. You just woke up and you kind of went... Bing. You feel something directly on the other side. And it feels extremely familiar. Like you can see the light of a lantern coming through the boards, and that light is not your typical fucking light. And yet it seems familiar.
It doesn't... Finn, do you sense anything?
Also, my detect magic?
Well, yes. I guess for you, it would just feel like a normal person, huh?
Yeah, scintillating.
You'd be able to tell... Yeah, you'd be able to tell that it isn't like a... like an inherently magical being. It'd be a person.
Well, I have the innate detect magic as well.
Yeah, that's
so.
Why.
Oh, okay.
You kind of reach out. You understand that there is magic in the area. You can't pinpoint it though.
Yeah. It doesn't feel. It doesn't feel negative though. It's not a creature of the night.
Bam, 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 bam.
Okay.
Somebody
Elias
please
is-
take care of that.
Full awake now and pissed off. He's so upset that his sleep has been interrupted. What the fuck? Who is that? Is this a friend of yours?
I'm gonna peek out the light, just open the door just a little bit, just be like, hello?
Hi. Just to be very clear about things, you have realized that you are sitting at the head of a trail of blood, right?
I'm sorry. No.
Vin, what is he saying?
Please, come in. And I'm gonna open the door the rest of the way.
I'm gonna go back and close the door that leads to the room where Mercy is sleeping, because she is made of void. So it's not like, some people are like, kill it.
Well, when this
So,
new
we don't want
person walks in, Belle's gonna take her blanket and cover Mercy.
Yeah, so now there's just a lump
okay.
of blanket in the corner.
As the new person walks by, Elias is gonna kind of sneer at him, and he's like, it's very impolite to show up unannounced at someone's home at this hour of the night. Who raised you?
Well, I think he is coming with warning.
Yeah,
So
if
what
you
did you
want,
say
I can
about-
simply leave and not tell you what is a few minutes behind me, or I can
No.
talk to you.
Please, head of trail of blood is not a metaphor, I assume?
No, physical trail of blood left all along floor from ruined temple to Scythia.
So above table, now that he is in the light of, like the doorway of the cabin, do I recognize him?
You don't recognize the individual, but might take it from here.
Yeah, I gotta, as I step over the threshold, I make sure I knock as much of, the mud and dirt off my boots as I can, take down my hood, white hair, white beard, wrinkled face, kind of, shaking off, everything he's wearing is very, weathered and travel worn, any bit of metal is speckled with rust, and all the leather is, very clearly old. but it's still kind of like holding himself tall. And the lantern is probably the only thing that looks like new. Like the metal is gleaming, and the light is steady despite the fact that it seems to be like oil or something that should be flickering a little bit.
Said you had a warning to deliver?
Yes, I come across this temple. I'm looking for my own things. Yes, I find blood. Never a good thing to know. No, rule number one here, and I kind of stop for a second, look at Danix, and I go, "Where are you from?"
Not here.
Yeah, well, kind of looking.
Weren't you giving us a warning? Can you return to that?
Yeah. Wait a second. He's 6 insect, right? Yeah, six limbs, thorax, abdomen, head. Yeah,
Centaur.
interesting.
I know.
Different words for different countries. Yeah. Anyway, I'm doing my own exploring, my own searching for things, and I come across pool of blood. I know probably somebody is missing this. Yeah, doesn't know where it is. Never good to lose your own blood. I figured I would follow the blood and tell you that I am not the only thing that can follow the trail of blood. Yeah, I'm just the quickest thing apparently, because you are still here.
I don't even know what blood is.
I see, and I kind of look. I go, oh, another. You're all very. You're not from here, yeah? Nah,
No,
whatever.
I'm
Blood
from
is
Brown.
Definitely not.
blood is inside when it is outside. Very bad. Yeah. Anyway, behind me, maybe 15, 20 minutes, depending on how fast they're going, depending on if they saw me. Undead, shambling, following trail of blood. I assume making their way here. Maybe something distract them, maybe not. But I figure you would want warning. So, here I am. Here is warning. Undead are coming. Please, in the future, keep track of all of your blood.
Thank you, goodbye.
I would
Well,
go
hold
stand.
on.
I would stand, cover and move forward and stand next to Vin. And have we met before?
No, but I've met many Luperskoi in my time.
Yes, there is definitely something familiar about you.
Delia, in noticing the lantern and the way that the gentleman had described it, unwavering, almost perfect in a odd sort of way, the same way that your mirror is.
I see. I see.
Seems we both know a lot about a little or a little about a lot, yeah?
It seems we do. How far did you say they were?
15, 20 minutes by my best estimation. Less now that we've been talking.
Did you get a sense of how many?
Exact numbers are hard at night. I
Yes.
think maybe 5, 6.
I see. Then I do not think we have enough time to go back and erase the trail. But we do have enough time to prepare.
I think while Delia and the visitor are having this conversation, at the mention of the undead, I think this was Elias's like full consciousness moment, moving from kind of the fog of being up and the frustration of being woken up and the bizarreness of having a stranger in the middle of the night. And he makes a concerned face. He doesn't run or hustle. In fact, I think you would see in his body language someone trying to like conceal how urgently they are moving to something. And he's going to open up the door and look to the horizon. Following, eyes will follow the trail of blood on up to the forest. And as Delia says, I think we have time to prepare. Elias will turn back from the door and say, I think that's a brilliant idea.
Give me a second, because you just opened up the door to something and I want to make sure that you see it. Danix, when the door is open, you feel like a ripple of the land. You don't see it, but you can feel a ripple of the land kind of sit deep in your soul. Elias, you acknowledge that the land has spoken to somebody nearby. It's the same kind of sideline discussion that you felt that first time that your sister took over the land. You felt its presence, but it was going to someone else. You felt that again, only this time you recognized it was going towards Danix. Danix, that pulse of belonging coming through the land carries the stench of death on it. And you can almost see in your mind's eye a line going through the forest. That's when Elias turns around, says what he said, and now the two of you understand that there's something going on there.
I think Elias looks straight to Danix. Like, this is one of the first times I feel like they've made concerted eye contact since they've met. You felt that, didn't you?
I did. You know what this is.
I do. And there's a little bit of sarcasm that's waning slowly, but it's the land. It's a Mutvian thing. Tell me, describe in detail what you felt. And he's gonna like nod for Delia to come over to listen to this.
Quick
She felt the
question.
land.
Would Belle have also felt this?
Unfortunately
Mr.
not.
Cam? Okay.
Unfortunately not, no.
The land has spoken to you.
Yes.
In what way?
What did it say?
Well, more so feelings. Carries a stench of death coming in this direction. So what our new friend here is saying is true.
But Elias, how did you know? Did you feel it as well?
I felt an approximation, and it's almost like bile that he presses down, like his antacid or his acid reflux, almost like it flares up at this. I've felt that kind of touched by the land by proxy experience before. At this, Elias is going to dig into his back pocket.
You're still by the door, correct?
Yes.
The door is still open?
I haven't closed it, so I'm going to say
correct.
yes. And
That is correct.
So it's still open.
Okay.
And he needs to go outside for this, and so, Elias is going to raise the stakes. He is going to take a knife that bears the family crest on it, not the family crest that was made once he came to Mütvia and established his domain. This is the family crest of his original family before they immigrated.
Okay.
And it is a ceremonial knife that he hasn't had cause to use in a very, very long time. And he's going to draw the knife across his left palm.
Can you give me a perception check, please?
Sure. And it's a what check?
Perception. Specifically
Perception.
for initiative.
Yes. Da-da-da. Sorry, it always takes me a moment to find the right thing to click here.
Left side. As soon as you open up your sheet.
Oh, yeah, perception has its own thing. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think we did this before where I have to like click it and then open it, right?
Yeah, you should just be able to click on the D20.
It says there's no active encounter. Oh, no, oh, sorry, I was doing the wrong thing. There we go. There it is.
And what'd you get?
13.
You go drawing that across. From behind you. The hand comes out just around the door, latches onto your shoulder, and begins dragging you back. Your blade goes across the way. We are now in combat.
Okay.
Hold on, and I'll get everyone going here. What do you got? I'll let you know what the initiative order is in a moment. You got a 13, is that correct?
Can you put me
Yes.
at the bottom of the initiative order? I have to be right back.
Yeah, not a problem whatsoever. Hold on for 1 second. Let me get everyone in here. This was Aetherius. You had an 8, a 13. There you go. And you want to be at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to put you on a perpetual delay until he comes back. Then that'll be that. All right, the order currently is it's going to be Mike's character until he comes back, and then Vin, one of them, which is the thing at the door, Delia, another of them, on Therius, one of them, Danix, and two of them. I will now pick the map up.
Okay, we're outside then.
Well, yeah, you're just outside on the door. You can go back in at any point.
Okay. I was just I was about to ask like where everyone was because Aetherius said that he had gone to the door.
Yeah, he's still
like,
in the door.
On Foundry, he was in the hallway. That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
No, he's at the door. That's
Fear
fine.
of the mind,
Yeah.
Chris. Where's your imagination?
God damn it.
So this is going to be, let's see here. That thing attacked Vin. You go first.
Mine's still loading, so please give me just a
Oh,
second.
no worries, no worries.
Yeah, I gotta refresh.
Oh, there we go. It's back
I
down.
might have to refresh mine. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I'll wait until you guys are here.
I just got it loaded.
So
Okay.
this is picking up just on the outside of the door. You can move back into the hallway, which is not a problem whatsoever if you want to stay contained in that. And I'll illustrate where the hallway is at the top of the map.
You said one attacked.
Yeah.
One already attacked Aetherius? Or, sorry, Elias?
That is,
Both.
yeah, it is. Well, I'll get to that in a second as soon as we have your actions. You are currently where, my friend? You are in the house, right?
Me?
Yes.
I was right behind Elias.
Okay, cool. All right, so let me bring that up, and here you go. So, oh, wait a second. Where is Elias on this map? I see what you mean now. So, Elias, you're down here, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm at the door.
So, you're like right here.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. All right. Everyone in their proper place over here?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. All righty.
Pretty close.
All right, cool. An arm just ended up grabbing your shoulder and starts immediately pulling you back. First person to go was Vin. I'm going to switch over. I'm going to switch back over to the forest so that we have
Oh,
that.
goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
As that arm reaches out and grabs Elias and starts pulling on him, Vin pulls his glove from his hand and reaches out with his hand forward, and the runes on his hand start glowing, and he's just gonna, almost instead of a cantrip, he says like a command, and he just says burn, and he snaps, and
Shit,
he is
okay.
using elemental toss,
Describe it.
and that is, and he as he snaps, it's like a spark that comes out. Anyone ever seen Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah.
Mustang, whenever he snaps, the spark comes out and it expands into flame, something like that.
I only
Yeah.
saw it up until that one point.
So you end up touching it, right? You end up-
I end up launching fire at it.
Oh, it goes. The hand starts burning. It completely dead, holding on and gripping like talons, like like iron, starting to attempt to dig into Aetherius's flesh. But as you do, and like Aetherius starts moving forward, like away from the fucking door just a little bit, you can see the arm isn't actually attached to anything anymore, and
Oh, god damn it.
the fire completely consumes it and drops it.
Oh, so it killed it.
It killed it. It killed the
Yeah.
arm. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Cool.
gonna say just the arm.
Just the arm. On's picking up what I'm throwing down. All right.
And at that, I'm going to step out forward to get a better bearing, and
Yeah, you can see now that there are quite a few of these things, like about 5 more heading towards you.
okay, and at that, I am going to start preparing a spell. I think I can do that.
Well, it's on your turn, but that was only, how many actions was that?
The spell and the movement was 2 actions.
Okay, so then you still have a third action that you can take.
then on that third action, I'm going to start preparing. How do I do? Do I just press cast if it's preparing a spell? Because it's one that takes like two turns to do.
So that's so it just will still take 2 turns at the during your next turn. Preparation of spells is like, are you talking about like spontaneous spell casting, being able to like swap one out or something?
No, it's one that literally takes 2 turns to cast.
Oh, then that's at the beginning of your next turn. Then you'll have those 2 turns. And it goes off on 2/3 of your way in.
Then that's what I'm preparing to do that. Then
all right, you got to go ahead and end your turn, my friend. Yeah, one of them is now going to start making a beeline on up. With the screams now, or screams, whatever your reactions were, it picks up on the scent of blood in the area. Let us move forward a little bit here. 27, 40, 50, and comes right up. It's like, I mean, full screams. These things were moving slow at first, just like looking up. And then as soon as that happens, the zombies kick in. This thing now starts flying straight across the field. However, it has used all of its turns in that movement. Delia, you're up, and then one of them is on deck.
I turn over to Danix. If Elias said that the land spoke to you, there is a purpose. There is a reason. Maybe it's a tiny chance, but they might respond to you.
Respond to
and
how?
I just leave you with that to ponder.
Delia doing Delia things.
All right, so you don't do anything else?
No, yeah. I just, you know, it was like a short. That's why I'm not gonna keep talking to her. It's just like a short thing. I turn around and I
it's
say
only
that.
6 seconds. I got you.
I'm gonna go ahead and in an attempt to protect some peeps, I'm gonna go ahead and use my mirror's reflection.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it next to our little undead friend there in hopes that it'll attack the reflection as opposed to my new friends.
Oh shit.
So
okay.
it'll give, because I want to buy us some time until Danix's turn to see if they are able to connect with these undead or communicate with them in any way. And then if they can't, then she's gonna, start. Yeah. But
Okay.
that's what I want to do. I don't want any of my friends to get hurt. I want to buy her some time to attempt to connect with them and the land.
Yeah, I got you. So I put an illusionary
Beautiful. Yeah,
thing
right there.
over there. Perfect.
And then since because that was just one action, I'll go ahead and use my exploit vulnerability as well to try to find out something about them.
Okay, go ahead and roll your recall knowledge.
20.
And that is going to be, let me see here. Yeah, you can tell that these are just standard shambling nasties. They are particularly weak, but they are Mutvia's main population, probably more than the living itself. As such, what do you get out of it? Like any weaknesses, I'm assuming?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, shit. I identify a creature's weakness, and then I can attune my attacks to the discovery. So I do slightly more damage to them, and then I'd be able to tell the rest
Fantastic.
of my friends what their weakness is.
So you know that they are particularly vulnerable to slashing weapons. Their bodies are not, they didn't rise up particularly well. And anything of a vitality, like a spirit-based thing, like healing and what have you.
Okay. Yeah, so I would have yelled that out to the group. That if you don't have any life magic, and then I stare at Danix, try to cut them down. Like, cutting them down is the best thing to do. And then that was just two of my two of my things, huh?
So what do you mean by
So-
life magic?
So like what he said, like healing, or the opposite of your void magic, I would assume.
So anything that's good, you know, or of the
essentially.
light.
Yeah, of the light. And then since I have one more, because that was 1, 2, I'll go ahead and take a slash at it with a dagger using the mirror. Again, as an attempt to kind of like provoke it, like, hey, I'm right here, so that it doesn't attack my friends. So I'll go ahead and do a strike.
Yeah, remember to double right click on it so you can automatically target it.
Oops. I rolled before I.
Oh, no,
targeted.
you're fine.
But that is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that will absolutely hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So go ahead. Rolling damages. Oh, that's just a 3.
Yeah, so you slash into it with a dagger. It bites into some cartilage, and you can see its left side kind of slurp off a little. It turns over, and it's already raising a club to attack the Mirage. And you are done with your turn, if I'm not mistaken. Yes? Okay.
Yes, that's my turn.
Okay. Another one comes up. If you guys open up Encounter Tracker, you can actually end all your own turns. And let me bring this one on up to, that is 61. Hold on. Let me bring this here.
How do we end our turn again?
Oh, on
How
the
do we-
Encounter Tracker down at the bottom, I believe it says end turn. It's the fist on the icons in Foundry in the upper right corner. If you don't have it, then don't worry about it. You can just say end, and I'll do it for you.
Beautiful.
That one also comes up. Not able to do anything more than that. On, you're up, and Aetherius, you're on deck.
I don't know how my brain didn't compute that I was next. I was going through my spells. Let's see.
Can you guys also see at the top? Do you see like encounter trackers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I just wasn't looking.
No. It's fine. I just got finished installing that, so I just want to make sure that it's actually there.
Okay.
In fact, let me adjust that so that you can see it here. There we go.
Let's see if I can. I want to see if I can move or next to you. There we go. So that's one movement, and then it's in a cone shape. Let's see. What would a 15-foot cone look like?
Oh,
You
yeah.
should be able to place it.
You
if you have
can.
the spell.
Look in the upper
It
left.
should have a little place cone button.
Look in the upper left corner,
Oh,
and you will see your measurement controls, which looks like a square bracket. Square. Click on that, and then you will see cone. It looks like the left bracket.
I'm gonna adjust my initial.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see what you got.
Okay. So Bella's still kind of learning and figuring out herself. So when she saw Vin using fire, she thought, I wonder if I can do that. So she attempts to snap and create fire, but it doesn't work. But instead, her breath gets really hot, and she lets out a breath of fire.
Oh, fuck yes. Okay. Let's do it.
Let's go.
It only targets one, so I just rolled to cast. And the 15-foot cone would be right about here.
Oh, that's going to get both of them.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so it gets both of them. I just couldn't double-click to get both of them.
No, you're good.
This is a DC save of 16.
You got it. I have, let's see here. So it's going to be this one. It's going to be that one. Let me click here. Pop and pop. 8 and 5. One fails. One is a crit fail. Roll your damage and I will apply.
Okie dokie. All right, that is 6
Holy
damage.
crap. That's freaking awesome. Okay, so that is going to be that is rude. That's going to do double damage to one of them. And the other one is just going to do normal damage to it. Normal full damage.
The one closest, I feel like, would take the. Oh, never mind. That one's just dead.
Yeah, that one just outright freaking died. The other one, let me see here. Come on, you.
My reflection looks at you and just gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah, the first
She's
one.
also gonna look directly at Vin, like shocked that she could actually do that.
No, that was awesome.
Vin is like gleaming with pride. Like his smile is so big.
The one that goes up and crispy fires just disassembles before you, and before it can even hit the ground, its age is revealed as it turns to utter ash. The one directly in front of you, its left flank erupts in this nauseating odor as this whatever the hell that thing is still made of, as beef jerky gets lit on fire. I believe. Let's see, you moved and you cast a spell. You don't have anything left, correct?
Correct. All
Okay.
she's gonna do is just flavor at the one that crinkled up and died. Just back at it.
It's just kind of like looks at you, really curious.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right,
I think
there
the
it is.
captions on that would say confused zombie noises between two asterisks.
Aetherius, you're up. And let's see, who is on deck after that? Oh, one of them.
Zombie.
Yep, zombie. Mike, you can insert
after-
yourself wherever you need.
Okay.
In the past 6 seconds since Vin killed the thing that was kind of reached him, or at least got the arm that had taken care of him, he's gonna like flash Vin. He's gonna give him like a very quick wink. There's like a familiarity to be in these type of situations, and right after Vin has snapped, Aetherius, after that having heard Delia point out the weakness of these things, is shifting tactics. He's going to wipe the blood that he had that he was going to use for something else on his hands, and he's going to rub his hands together. Again, we're going to get that like Hitchcock pulley zoom as the camera pulls in and out at the same time. He's going to clap, and as he pulls his hands apart, it is this iridescent, very prismatic kind of like rainbow magic. And he is going to gesture with his hand and then point at the one that is the closest and that is still alive. This guy, I think it's letting me target it. There it is. And I'm going to cast Divine Lance.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Ooh.
Attack.
What do we
Oh,
have?
12.
Okay, and let's see which one. And oh, I see what you targeted here. You are the purple, correct? Mm-hmm. All right, perfect. Yeah, the 12 is absolutely going to hit. Roll your damage.
Oh, hell yeah. Why did I like accept defeat already?
No, it rips right through. It's like this brilliant bolt of light lights it up.
Roll
and you did the damage. Yep.
2d4 damage rolled 3.
Okay. Yeah, the light just like sears right through it. You manage to get it in its left eye socket. And let's see, who is right behind it? Bell. The thing, the back of its head just like erupts with a bright light as you see like skull fragments just like be cast down to the ground. It's not registering the pain, and it apparently is still very much alive in a way. Aetherius, you doing anything else? Or, I'm sorry, Elias, are you doing anything more?
No worries. I get confused with them sometimes when we're playing too. I am going to see what you did, Steve. Elias
Sorry.
is going to, I think, move to the other side of Delia's mirror image here.
Okay. No, that's actually Delia.
Oh, it's so convincing. They all
Right.
look the same. That's a compliment,
They
Delia.
are identical.
And he's gonna give Delia kind of like a smart nod as he like strategically like just swings around her, past Vin, knowing he's a squishy squish and trying not to get squishy squashed. And that is my turn.
Alrighty. The next one is going to move up. Can you end your turn? And
no, I've heard about this intern thing, and it is.
Click on the fist on the top,
That was such a Bell joke.
and then in turn at the bottom after you click on the fist.
And there you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Don't fist.
Our next one, Belle, you can see this one coming right up. Hold on, is that the correct one? Did I get the right one? I did get the right one. Hey, you. Hello, Mr. Jumpy Face. This one comes straight. It's like claws gnashing at the air, coming at you. Unfortunately for it, it ends its turn. Danix, you're up, and then 2 more of them go.
Perfect. So, Danix has been, in the brief seconds that between Delia's saying and what's been happening, like all these spells being cast, all this magic, which he does not have any proficiency in. He is almost snapped out of it by all this spell casting and realizes there's no time to really ponder. So he's going to move forward and leave the house, sort of stepping in front of everyone in the direction of these undead creatures. And he's not sure if it'll do anything, but Delia did say something about convincing them. So he's going to look at them and essentially just like bellow out into the night, "You're not welcome here, go back to whence you came." And see if it does anything.
Hold on.
All right, Gandalf.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go the complete opposite. We're gonna try to persuade them, and I'm like, "Are we seducing the zombie horde? Is that what's happening?" Because I'm on board. I need to know the details.
I don't see the air.
There's a shudder in the land that our 2 nobles recognize. Well, mind you, I say 2 nobles. It's actually only 1, but something's happening over there. You realize that there's an absolute shudder in the land. However, they are unresponsive to it.
All right.
But she does feel like the connection again, right? Is that what?
Who is she that you
happened?
are referring to?
All right, sorry. Does Danix,
Oh.
like when they did that, like even though it didn't actually do anything, did they feel like it was heard, just not responded to, in a sense, or?
Are you asking if your character also senses that Danix had picked it up? Or just in general?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like a clarification of what you told.
Oh, gotcha. No, it was Danix
to
that kind of
Danix.
got a little feedback that, yeah, words apparently do have power
Okay.
here, but we didn't yet see any effect from it.
Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Perfect. So, if that's the case, he's also not waiting for these things to choose to respond. So, seeing that this has been ignored, I think, let's see. He will use some movement to get up to one of the undead.
Okay.
And instead of waiting for them to see that his words have power, he's going to act instead and essentially show them what happens if they don't go, and is going to make an attack with his axe on this one that he has stepped up to.
Okay.
So that is... Well...
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
6 points of damage.
Yeah, you carve into it, and the whole body just evaporates under the blow.
Perfect.
You go into it, it's just a soft, squishy sound along with some bones that are cracking under the blade until finally the whole thing peels off like a bad banana peel.
All right, he's going to kind of crinkle his nose in disgust and look to the other undead, essentially a warning glance that you come any closer, that's you next.
Dead eyes do not even register any threat. It seems like that their brains rotted out of their skulls a long time ago. These are animated corpses.
Elias thought it was cool, though, so...
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Valid. However, they don't
Then
appreciate.
Absolutely. And in seeing that, he then just resolves to return them to the land from whence they came, and
fuck
that's
yeah.
his turn.
Alrighty. The next one all the way down here is, let's see, we've got... this one is going to attempt to... Oh, jeez. Come on, Steve. Got this. Kind of comes up to Danix and loses steam right before it's able to dig its claws into Danix. That is that one. The next one is then... Hold on. Let me get this in here. And then this one. Move. Yes. You guys can see that 2 more have joined the fray as well. It could be a little disconcerting. And where are you? This one here. Here we go.
Where are all these bloodies coming from?
You see, well, now that you ask, you take a look at it and you can see like hands coming up out of the dirt. And they kind of stand there for a moment. And then they look down at the ground, and one of them drops down and like laps up what appears to be complete absolute mud. It's been raining and stuff like that, but then like seeks it out, gets a gaze in its eyes, like fixating on the heartbeats of everyone in front, and then stands up and begins to charge, like literally smelling the ground, tasting it in a very feral
So
fashion.
the thing that's been causing it is now charging towards us?
No, it's more that these things that have risen up out of the ground picked up on a trail of some kind and are now
Is that
following.
blood?
Yeah, pretty much. That is done. Georg, you're up.
Yeah, hearing Danix kind of like shout at them, I'm just gonna kind of like shake my head and go, yeah, not that one. I'm gonna move up here next to this guy. And I'm gonna say, some things here are like animals. You can talk to them, reason with them, train them. Not these. These are like rocks. You don't train a rock. And I am going to target that guy, and I will just take a swing at him with my, like, I have this like rusty meat cleaver.
Hell yeah.
Bella has a memory
Leatherface
unlocked
energy.
of her pet rock growing up.
Let me see if
Totally
I know.
feeling
His
slighted
name
right
was
now.
Lily.
Let me see if I can do this.
There's no context, no nothing. That's just what she says out there.
Oh my god. Can we have somebody please illustrate that? I want an art. I want to see a little rock.
I need to make note of that. That's now canon.
We need fan art of Bella's
that
little
on-
pet rock.
Yes.
A
Can't train a
16.
rock.
Absolutely hits. Yeah, it goes right through it.
All right. So then that is. Oh, I get. Sorry. There's a thaumaturge thing for hitting with a weapon when I have my lantern in my other hand. Right? I'm not crazy.
If it's a one-handed weapon, there is you don't. Yeah, there's no penalty or anything. You just hit as if it was normal.
Yes, when you strike, you can trace mystic patterns with an implement you're holding to empower the strike, causing it to deal an additional 2 damage per weapon damage die.
There you go. And make sure that it should be available to be checked under your actions. Implements empowerment.
Yes. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I'm very new to the system.
No worries. You are so good.
7 damage.
Yeah, and which one is that? The light blue?
I think so.
Yeah, the one directly south of you, right?
Yes, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you do like 12 points of damage to it. It's not too happy. You see its right arm kind of dislocate, and the only thing holding on to it is like yellowish skin, but the arm is still animated.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the arm and I go, yes, they've much better arms at home. Don't need that one. And then I think
arms at home.
I think that's all I do, right?
But you moved up and you attacked, and unless you did any other action, you still have one left.
Oh, can I attack again, or can I not do the same thing twice?
Yeah, no, you absolutely can. In this, you'll notice the next to your, like, what is on your sheet as a machete. You'll see MAP -5. That is your second attack. That's multiple attack penalty -5. Then your third attack would be MAP -10.
Gotcha.
Yep. So just click that second button.
That's a 2.
Yeah, unfortunately it's a critical miss. So hey, Mike. Hey, you get the very first crit fumble card of the night here.
Oh,
hell yeah!
I forgot.
Get a card.
That was a thing.
Melee.
Oh my gosh.
So there's some sort of a vibration that had occurred over here. Would you mind explaining how? Oh, wait a second. Were you using? No, you were not using a bludgeoning weapon.
I wasn't.
No, that's okay. It turned into a bludgeoning weapon because you end up hitting it with the spine of the thing as opposed to the edge. You end up dropping it, and you become enfeebled too until healed. Can you please tell me how that managed to occur?
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of like took one strike at the arm, and then like as the sort of like fleshy, meaty stuff that a cleaver is good at cutting through kind of just like slothed away. The second strike just hit full bone, and if you've ever like hit a baseball with an aluminum bat in just the wrong way, just like vibrations like all in my wrists and forearm, and just like instinctively just like wow.
Yeah, so your thing goes and just falls out of your hand, and now you are done.
Yes.
On your sheet, I'm going to mark it as sheathed. This way you actually have to spend an action to interact with it in order to draw it again. Next turn. Top of round 2. You guys are actually whipping right through the combat, man. That is awesome. Hold on, let me turn my camera back on.
Hell yeah.
Vin, you're up. Top of round 2, and then 2 of them shamblers are going to go. Delia, you're going to be up after that.
Vin runs up beside, is it Georg?
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce your name? And he's just like, so proud of that fire breath.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Elias and Vin are Belle's surrogate gay fathers, and I feel like we as a society don't discuss that enough. So I appreciate the platform to go over that.
I love it.
And so Vin's gonna come up and be like, "That was excellent." And the runes on his neck below his collar start to grow, and on his hands start to glow. And he puts his hands up forward, and he blows between his hands and does his own cone of fire.
Oh, fuck yes. Oh, shit. Oh, if you were only closer.
No, that's not how it showed when I tried to place it.
Oh, no.
It showed it a little. I did not have Danix in the cone.
Danix, no!
No, it's just the tail hair, and it'll be fine.
Roast Danix,
They probably worked
Just
really
a
hard
little
to break it.
singed.
It's okay.
little
It's not like I
singed
housed
hair.
you all or anything. It's
All right. Well, that's going to be a reflex save, I'm sure.
I think it is a 17 for that.
Sure. And let me get the reflex saves going on this. Where are the fucking reflex saves on this?
Do you need me to roll my own reflex save, Steve?
No, you're not even in it. It has to pass through like half or the majority of it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you're totally good. Hold on. Where are the? Oh, they were down there. Okay, I found them. 1. That can be a 12 for both of them, which is going to be a fail if I'm not mistaken.
That is a fail.
Yeah. So roll your damage.
So that's 8.
8 points being applied. One of them immediately just like just crumbles. The flesh is still searing. The fat is now rendering into the land, and the land is not having it. The land is just like, I'm going to hold on to this and put this over here.
Looks over at Belle.
And are you done?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. All right. Finally, one of these guys goes, You see him like down at the bottom, like sniffing at the dirt, and then immediately launches itself out after. Oh, look at this! Launching at. Can we get in? Oh, it does. It's coming up just under 50 feet. That's going to be adjacent enough.
Ooh.
And it's going to... Oh, yeah, it's coming right after Vin. After that nice little display of power, it kind of feels like it likes you and wants to take a part of you home. It launches after you with its jaws.
Cute.
Sticking its face directly in front of you. Oh. So it hits with a 21.
It does hit with the 21.
Yep. Let me do the damage here.
Oh boy.
Danix, you have the ability to use Glimpse of Redemption as a reaction to this action. Can you see this is something that you may want to do?
Can I use Not Today?
Oh!
You can use Not Today on anything that once we know for a fact that it's going to bring you down to 0.
Okay. All right. I understand now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is something that he would want to use Glimpse of Redemption on.
Okay. Cool. In which case, then we're going to choose that target, which is going to be you, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe so. Your foe hesitates under the weight of sin as visions of redemption play in their mind's eye. The foe must choose one of the following options.
Okay.
The ally is unharmed by the triggering damage. The ally gains resistance to all damage against the triggering damage, equal to 2 plus your level. After the damaging effect is applied, the enemy becomes enfeebled 2 until the end of its next turn.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right, cool. Which would you like?
The enemy must choose. So it's not my choice, it's your choice.
Then no damage applied to enemy. Or applied to the ally.
Perfect.
Okay.
So Vin takes no damage.
Then
How does that look?
So, absolutely. It's just coming up. Its teeth like almost seem to be extending out like alien style out of its head. Instead, it's just its neck which is creaking and breaking as it's trying to get to you. It ends up latching up. You end up moving back just a little bit, and it's gnashing away at your clothing, but there's no meat in its mouth. And then it just like it's and like tears away a nice little tear, but not as bad as you think it should have been.
Wow, that was a close one.
It's really bad. What? Oh, okay, there we go. That is going to be done, and the next one, or I should say, the last one that you are able to see. This one is going to move 18 feet to there, and then attempt. Come on, you. Hey, my little shambler. Where's my buddy boy? There's my buddy boy. Hello, little buddy boy. And probably be able to make it there before it has to end its turn. Delia, you are up and on. You're on deck.
All right. I will move up in between here.
Okay.
Move right there. So that is my movement. My exploit vulnerability, extra damage. We didn't apply it when I attacked last time, but he died the next turn anyways, so it didn't matter. But now I'm gonna
how much
remember.
damage would it? How much damage?
It would have just been 2 more, so it wasn't all that much. It would have been like 6 damage to it.
Then we're going
to
we're going to apply it to the other one right next to your Mirage.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am gonna go ahead and just strike at it. Yeah. So go ahead and put that in there. Rolling to hit. That is a 19 a hit.
Yeah, you hit by 7.
Beautiful. And I'm going to. I already targeted this time before I rolled. I'm learning.
Yeah.
We're gonna roll that, and then you're just gonna add the +2.
And you have
So it'd be 7
implements
instead of 5.
The implement is there, right?
Yes.
Implements empowerment is your
so
+2.
I'm holding a dagger and Yeah, so my exploit vulnerability, when it is successful, I can empower my weapon.
No, I'm with
so
you.
That's the
I'm with
extra
you.
plus 2.
I'm
yeah.
clarifying that. Yeah, that's actually built into that 5. You rolled a 3,
Oh, so
and then plus 2 is 5.
it's on top of the implement empowerment. So implement empowerment is always active,
Got
and then when I
you.
use my action to exploit vulnerability and I am successful,
Copy that.
gives me an extra plus 2. Yeah.
Got
So
you.
it'd be 7 instead of 5.
Got you.
But it would only work in this encounter and against this specific enemy
Got
that
you.
I used my exploit vulnerability on.
Understood.
Yeah.
And that is which one is that? Oh, I see it here. Okay, cool. Gotcha. And it is going to be that, and then a minus an additional 2. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Describe what this looks like when you damage it. You're muted.
So now that she kind of like, she's not like an upfront fighter. That's not really her thing. But as she cut through the other one and there was some bone there, I feel like she looks at this one and kind of gets a better idea of where to cut. So I feel like she would have like tried to take its head off.
Okay.
And so you would just see like the gash and just like it's hanging on by like just like a piece of skin that she couldn't cut all the way through necessarily.
Oh, that's rude. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's see. And are you done?
I'm going to go ahead and take my second attack to try to take it down all the way.
Let's do it.
All right, so that would be then minus 4, right? Yes. We're
Yeah, but you're
rolling.
MAP, right?
Yep, and
Yep,
that
perfect.
is...
Oh, absolutely.
whoops,
17. Yeah, roll for damage.
Nice. Rolling for Damagos.
DiMaggio's.
That is a 3.
And
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
You succeed. Absolutely. Describe the final blow.
Yes. Yeah, so she tried to cut through the first time, and it kind of like, lashed out. And so she missed cutting its head all the way off. And so she just kind of went back with the dagger and just finished cutting off that little bit that was letting its head hang onto its body. And it just kind of like just falls to the ground and bounces a couple feet away.
That's sick. Okay. That's awesome.
That's my turn.
All right, go ahead and end your turn. You're up.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are the enemies... So the enemies are clearly following that trail of blood, but are they only fighting us because we are at that end trail of blood?
Ooh, give me your perception for insight. Or sense
Okay.
motive, actually. Give me a sense motive.
Sense motive, you say?
Yes.
Right, give me one moment
Sure.
to find where that...
Oh,
Just a single moment.
But a moment, darling.
sense motive is a basic action, which is done off of your perception check.
Oh,
So actually, hold on. I can roll it. I'll roll it for you because it's a secret check.
oh,
Because you don't know if you
Ooh,
fail or
spoopy.
not, right?
okay.
Where are you? Oh, there you are. I see you. Hold on. Okay. They love hot dogs.
Gosh.
Yeah. There's a certain smell of that New York City dirty water dog in the air, and that's what they're going towards.
Bella, with that information, thinks our new
Sure.
friend smells like he would eat hot dogs.
We
That
all,
is such a sophisticated roast because there's so many layers to that. To tell someone that they look like they would eat hot dogs, I don't know why it's such a burn, but it is. 10 out of 10.
If I knew what a hot dog was, I would love it.
in all seriousness, you do pick up that they're on the trail of something, and it seems to be
The blood.
well, definitely that's what led them here, but you're not picking up on anything that would suggest that they want to move past you.
So we might be the end goal. So I'm going to attempt to do some game breaky thing like last time.
Cool.
The idea is to cast Shockwave,
Ooh,
but to break up the earth enough that it breaks the trail of blood.
I'll give you a benefit of a doubt and say that the rain has pretty much washed it away, so they are moving on something. So I'll give that to you as a freebie.
Cool.
They are moving on more residual than anything else, and they are already here. Therefore, they wouldn't be torn away from this action by that.
Because my above the table thought was, they're going to keep coming, and we've got to find the source.
You haven't seen any more rising that you are aware of. And there's at least 50 more in the ground, you think, maybe. Sort of. Maybe they really all, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Who knows?
Who knows? It could be anything.
There could be a lot of bodies anywhere.
True. But you
That's
haven't...
a fun fact that's true about real life, too.
Oh, hold on. What's
I
up?
had an idea.
What?
Hold on. So part of... I'm going to just say this just because any new people come in. My spellbook allows me to just, like, take and replace any spells that I want.
Within reason, but yeah. What do you got?
What I'm gonna do is, now that I've done it, she's thinking back on her last experience with fighting, and thinks back on her other gay dad, Elias, and an ability that he used. And so she kneels down and puts her hands in the ground and casts Summon Dead.
Are you using that as part of spell substitution?
Yes.
You require 10 minutes to do that instead of your daily preparations. Yeah.
Oh,
Elias is still theoretically very proud.
you can see that's what she's doing by putting her hands in.
You know what?
I want to take whatever bodies that would be coming up to attack us. I want to take them for myself.
You know what? Okay. So we will try something. You cast out of Arcane, right?
Yes.
All right. Roll Arcana. Let's roll a 20. You have a 5% chance.
A 5%.
Yeah. Let's just see. We're gonna play roll a cool on this.
D20, or can I roll an Arcana?
No, roll Arcana. You want high.
Yes, I do. 23.
Nice.
Ooh.
So did I hit that 5% chance?
Well, you need.
Oh wait, did she need like a nat 20? Was it 26?
Yeah, well, it's a DC. Excuse me, I'm actually wrong. A 19 would have done it because the DC for this, I would have said, was 25. And that's why I was going. And you have a +6, so 19 plus. However, I'll give you this much. You put your hands in there, and you're like, fuck. Okay, I can't exactly do it immediately. But because it's rule of cool and it will not
take one moment.
It will not apply.
Promise.
Yeah, it will not apply in future times, but this one time, because it's all part of the character learning how things work, you will have that spell available for you next round.
I like that. All right. So that's what she'll say is, hold on, I'm working on it. We'll be ready in 1 minute.
Are you willing to
You're
dedicate?
doing great, sweetie.
Are you willing to dedicate your whole round to that action?
Yes.
Okay, that happens at the end. So it'll happen at the end of your round.
Oh, okay.
And that's really fucking cool. I like that. In the future, it does take 10 minutes. Ethereus, you're up, and then the Shambler goes.
I didn't bother reading because I was too excited.
No, I love it. Keep it going. It's all about the story in the moment. Fuck the rules, right?
Yeah.
So, fun fact on that story point. So, after our first episode, I actually went back and made some changes to Elias after a conversation I had with Steve about some thematic stuff. And what I'm realizing is that there's a spell in particular I've been like, why do I swear to God, I had this. And I'm realizing that I made the change on Hero Lab, but that I don't know how to like put those changes
What's
there
the change?
into. It is Disrupt Undead, which I was like, I feel like after I like had a whole necromancy type isk theme, I took that spell, but I was like, maybe it's a feat, maybe it's an ability. I don't know jack shit about this.
No,
system,
you were totally good. What did you replace?
That's a good question. One of my cantrips. Oh, that I guess I could do it by process of elimination. So the ones that I have on Hero Lab are Disrupt Undead, Divine Lance, Protect Companion, Read Aura, Read the Air, and Stabilize. And then here...
Oh, okay, so there would probably be a good reason. So Hero Lab and Foundry don't use the exact same version. We are actually playing remasters. So 1 second for you. I have an answer for you, okay?
Yeah, no worries.
So basically, Belle is casting an elevated version of what she saw. It's Summon Undead.
Yeah. And you want Disrupt Undead, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Disrupt Undead is now called Vitality Lash.
Ooh.
Oh.
And so we are going to let me drag that over to your sheet real quick. Vitality Lash.
Really cool.
Oh, it's and considering that Delia already told us that they are really weak to vitality spells, so
This would have been the first thing that Elias did, if not for like the Divine Lance, but that I feel like was in the same vein. So he's we're good.
No, that totally works. Okay, it's now on your character sheet.
Hell yeah. So you think about how I imagine Elias doing this. With the like escalation in the past few seconds of these things popping up and dying and popping up and dying, Elias is his posture straightens in a way. This is not dissimilar from the experience he had with Delia and with Mercy, wherein it feels like this outside force of nobility kind of inhabits him. And you see that reflected in his body language. And he actually, for the first time in a while, is going to pull his hood down, which he normally keeps up. And you see that out of Elias's eyes are iridescent, yes, in the same way of his magic, where it has like all the prismatic colors, but also that of an animal, almost like that of a cat.
I was gonna say it would look similar, probably, to mine.
Yeah, there's definitely that kind of when you know, everybody knows. You've seen a cat in the moonlight if you've had a good life. You know, know what's up.
I shine. Yeah.
So he is going to look at the abomination. And in this current state, that's what
John's
he thinks
here?
of these.
Sorry, that's a Philadelphia by night thing. That's
I am clipping that and sending it to Excel just because I wanted to. And
Marker?
Steve, what's the Mutvian word for abomination or the closest approximation?
Oh, I mean, they probably use the same word that they would for foreigner.
That's fun. Oh, there's like a double edge to that with Elias being an immigrant. I love that. What is it?
I will get you an answer in a second. Go ahead and cast your spell.
Perfect.
I will make this shit up if I have to. This is dope. Mütvia is all about double entendres because they never know
wait, no,
if you.
No. I think I like accidentally ended my turn on.
Oh, I got you. There you
My
go. You're back.
bad.
You're back.
Okay, brilliant.
Mütvia never know if the thing that they're looking at is a spirit or if it's real. So they don't want to offend spirits. So they'll say stuff like Vrusasoro and Brusasoro. They sound almost identical to an unpracticed ear. One is good morning. The other is I hope your ass rots out of your body. It's bad. So I'll look that up for you right now.
Accidentally make that mistake one at some point.
Say it to like an actual prince of the land. Watch what happens.
Yeah. As she like bows.
Yeah, Vrusasano. What? I will look for this. What did you do, my friend?
I got a 22.
Oh,
Does
fuck
a 22 hit?
I think that, you succeeded by 5.
All right.
Is it an attack or is it a saving throw? Sorry, I'm just looking at it.
Oh, it needs a fortitude save. No, and it automatically took care of it. So, yeah, it failed by 5. He succeeded by 5. So.
Okay.
Hold on. Its
so
origin is DC 17.
Elias.
Oh, wait. Hold on. No. Wait. Aetherius. Oh, did you cast it on yourself?
I don't think so.
Okay, I got you.
I have
Hold on.
the little 4 arrows pointing, right? That indicate where something is targeted.
It absolutely fucking fails. It gets a 10. So that's a critical fail.
Yay. So Elias is going to speak the word. He's going to say abomination and Mütvia. And as he says it and as he snaps, the light in his eyes brightens for a moment, so much so that it's kind of illuminating the small space around him. It's so like kind of radiant. And he's just going to slowly lift a finger and point. And as he does, hundreds of these iridescent little light motes flow from his hand and toward this undead being, kind of wrapping themselves around it, encompassing it until it's more of these light motes than it is zombie. And then within a moment, the second snap releases it. And with that, the Nordaga is gonna reclaim this motherfucker.
That's exactly what ends up happening. It just rips right through the vitality lash.
Nice.
You end up summoning life out of yourself, propelled by the land. Then you feel that, like the land itself just rises up through your fingers and like lash this thing. You see all those motes of light penetrate it, and all of them causing like little delayed bursts, almost like comet trails through every single little hole, until finally the whole of it just goes and just lands in a flutter of ash.
That was so cool.
I think Elias himself is surprised at this. Something is clearly changing, and his relationship to the land is becoming more and more complicated.
Do you have any more actions, by the way?
That's a brilliant question. I want to say that was a cantrip, I think.
Right, and how many actions does that take?
That's a
vitality
brilliant
lash is 2.
question.
That is 2 actions.
It's true.
Crazy cantrip.
It is. It's awesome. You have 1 action left, so you can move.
This is where my a lack of mechanical knowledge is going to show. What is a supportive action?
Sure, there's
if any that's available.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, obviously you can move. You can move up to your basic speed. There is here. Let me get you the thing here. So, the basic actions, which you can take in encounter mode. There are 3 modes. We are in encounter mode, which is usually combat or where all your dice rolls happen. Most of the dice rolls, anyway. Hold on. So you can, in this case, you can avert gaze, you can burrow, crawl, delay, which is something else that you can do. Dismiss, drop prone, escape, fly, if you had that ability. Leap, mount, if there's a creature there that you can mount. I mean, well, there is a centaur.
I mount Danix for my welcome to the party, buddy.
You need to ask first.
At least take me out to dinner first. Damn.
That's a good point. That's not porridge with butter in it. What do you mean?
Yes.
If you were going to come out with, look, hey, I was like,
Hey.
it's a door. It's a horse. It's a hay. No, all right, never mind. You can strike.
There's plenty
with,
of time
Oh, I
to
got
mount
the joke.
Danix, so I'm gonna hold off on that.
Okay. Strike, sustain. Yeah,
yeah.
you don't have anything else at this point that you can do. Essentially, I mean, you can take small steps and stuff, but
I think Elias, just for flavor, is looking at himself and at his hands with a level of confusion. He is pushing the limits of something, and he hasn't hit the end of it, like a child kind of testing out boundaries to see how far they can go.
Sure.
And he's realizing I can go a lot farther than I thought I could. So that's what he's doing.
okay, that's fucking awesome. Then on the reflection, the last of these. Let's see here. Okay.
The Mohicans?
What?
That's
brain
the movie,
glitch.
The Last of the Mohicans.
No, I know.
Okay, I was like, wow, you should know.
No, I know it. I know Last of the Mohicans. Okay, it is going to, let's see, the Shambler next to the Mirage is going to attack. It hits on the first one. It gets a critical hit on the second and will miss on the third attack.
Rude.
So on the very first one, the damage done to the Mirage is 8 points to the Mirage. Delia, how much can it take?
I think it is an exact copy of me, so I believe it has my full HP.
That's crazy.
So it
That's so
does
cool.
that. It has a critical hit that it is going to resolve right now. This gets to be fun. Let's find out. Typically, NPCs don't get to do these things, but it is slashing damage, ugly wound. Target takes -2 circumstance penalty to all its checked with charisma-based skills, except intimidation, because it's not pretty anymore. Really?
Battle damage,
the
adds a little
most
bit of.
shallow and vapid of
You're
like
right,
effects
I
I
know.
can see.
It's like, the fuck, dude? All right, hold on. We're going to get its... we're just going to do double damage to the thing here. And that's going to be a total of 16. Oh. That is 16 points to the Mirage. Apparently,
Okay, so
it also
it-
killed you. So I'm going to remove those effects on you.
so so the damage when you doubled me, it has just as if it's the real me, so it was
I know,
giving
that's-
me the damage.
That's what I'm doing.
That's fine.
I'm removing it all.
I can be yeah, I can be
You're
like
Mirage
keeping
now.
manual track of the Mirage. That's not an
Oh, we'll figure it out.
problemo.
We will figure it out. Don't worry about it. We got you. Here, I'm removing all the stuffs and things right now. So you are how much? Well, I have all that info. You are back at this because you took no damage otherwise.
No, I'm full.
Yeah, and you are good.
Okay, and then I do know that something happens when it... Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, because right now I only have as, like, initiate, right? Because there's levels of it, I think. Because I know as an adept, it explodes and it deals damage. But I'm not sure if I have
that's
that yet or
later.
not.
I think that's
Yeah.
5th. I think that's level 5.
Level 5, yeah. So right now, as initiate, it just disappears.
Okay. And so after that, it then swings in midair and completely misses. Danix, you're up, and then Georg, you're up.
So, as it misses, there's only the one undead left, right?
There are 2.
There's 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, there's the one all the way back there. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There we go. Danix is going to go ahead and take a move action forward.
Okay.
And just go ahead and, if I can...
Is the centaur butt getting in the way of things again?
It's not letting me switch back to move the token instead
Oh,
of...
look in the upper left
your
corner
butt's too
and
big.
make sure that the little people person and the little square bracket thing are selected.
It is selected. It's not letting me move him.
How about that?
Perfect. Thank you.
You got it.
Yeah, and he's gonna go ahead and go to town. He just wants these things out of here
Fuck
so that they can get back to sleep. So
Hell yeah! You hear Elias cheering from the background.
Nat 20!
Nat 20!
Fuck yeah!
Danix really wants to go back to sleep.
Amen,
I'm tired of
brother.
this shit. Can you describe what the attack was going to be, please?
Absolutely. So he just, I think seeing the Mirage get almost torn apart by this this creature, he's no longer playing around. And so I think he's going to rush forward and just take a giant swing down, cleaving from collarbone to hip almost.
Okay, what kind of weapon is that? Is it slashing?
It's the axe, so I believe it is slashing damage.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Yeah, the target is going to be caught off guard because of a bewildering display. For some reason, this thing was absolutely shit. This thing is absolutely amazing. It was like looking at your blade as it carves into it. Roll for damage, please.
Absolutely.
Maybe it just likes hot horsemen.
Right?
This is just so enraptured.
Maybe it's a thing.
You can't blame him.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be crit damage. Yeah, you describe your final blow.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do exactly as I described, and you're gonna watch as the axe just like catches in the shoulder, and I think Danix is gonna push down on the handle rather than yanking it back out, and manages to, with the level of decay of this body, just push it straight through and cleave it in half.
It does.
Hell yeah. That's fucking metal as shit, dude.
This one, apparently, whoever this used to be, you can see that some of its clothing hasn't yet fully rotted, and unlike the other one, which pretty much turned to ash as the land tries to reclaim its time that it let borrow, that it loaned to this thing. This body, when it falls, it pretty much just looks like a dead person. This person probably died about a week ago. And Danix, do you have any other actions you would like to do?
Well, let's see. I do have one more action because I can take an additional move, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. You absolutely can.
So I have 30 feet, so that would put me... Yeah, I think he's going to run up there.
So I'm curious in something. So you are able to move it now. Oh, awesome. Okay.
Well, I pushed the space bar that time, and I realized
Were
that
you
I
pressing
forgot
and
how to
holding
do
down
that.
control?
That's what you were supposed to do. It's alright.
I was trying to drag it. I didn't realize that I could press the space bar.
Got you. Okay, cool. Usually
Hooray, learning.
you know what it might be? It sounds like that one of your control keys is stuck, because typically you only need to do that if you're doing a control click on the path of the character. And then the character won't move until you press the space bar. That's why. We can address that offline, but either way.
Yes.
Okay, so you go zipping past the last one here. Georg, you're up.
Yeah. So I will move here. I measured it out before. I think it's 21 feet. So, yeah. So that's below my speed. So that's one action.
Okay.
And then, kind of like leaving my cleaver kind of like half stuck in the arm of the one, I'm gonna kind of reach under my cloak again and pull out another rusty makeshift surgery implement. This time it is like a common farm sickle that definitely has way more blood along the inside curve than you would expect a sickle to.
Cool.
And then I will
weren't you holding your implement in the other hand?
Yeah, I have my lantern in the other hand.
But his other weapon was sheath.
I dropped my other weapon when I critically failed.
Oh,
Yeah, left it in the body.
You just left it there?
Yeah, I just leave it there.
Okay.
It's rusty.
Belongs to the land now.
Yeah, that's not my problem anymore. I will. So I have a question because I am a baby for this.
What's
game. My sickle has finesse as one of the options.
Yes.
Enfeebled says that it takes a -2 away from my strength-based melee attack rolls.
Mm-hmm.
If I were using my sickle as a finesse weapon, it would be a dexterity-based attack roll, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so I can turn off Enfeebled for that strike?
It will take it into account.
It has it as on here, so that's why I was asking.
It has the enfeebled on, but when you go to roll, go ahead and make your attack.
It's like I did what now?
Well, it shows me as a +3 instead of a +5.
So
You have hero points.
no. His point is that it's a finesse weapon which uses dex as opposed to strength, and enfeebled operates against that. So that would have removed. That would become an 8 instead.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that is going to be a miss.
What are hero points?
Yeah, you have hero points. You wanted to
Great
spend
question.
it.
To
What are they?
Oh! I apologize.
You
Mike,
reroll.
I don't know why. I continue to think it's the same thing as in Pathfinder. It's known as a fortune. In 5e, it's advantage.
Gotcha.
But
Is
if
there
you
a-
have,
That's why when I saw you roll the 3, I was like, you have a hero point.
if you have,
fucking-
if you spend all of your hero points, no, if minimum of 1, then you can also undo the last deadly attack, the thing that would have taken you out.
Gotcha. Okay, so I will use my 1 hero
Yeah,
point that I have to re-roll that.
Do it.
Is there something on Foundry
Nah,
that I need to pick special, or should I just click strength
probably,
again?
but I don't know. It doesn't matter. Go ahead and reroll.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
And this time I'll take off and field, so it doesn't... Because I have a plus
Oh,
0
here,
strength
I got you.
anyway, and
If you right-click on it, you can re-roll using a hero point. Boom, do.
Ah.
And you get a 22 to hit.
That's a little better.
So, if you guys don't know, I enabled something in here which is an alternate rule. And so, I think I put it out in the house rules on Discord. If you use a hero point and you roll less than 10, it replaces your roll with a 10. So you can only
That's
ever
what that
get.
is. Okay.
That's why
That's
it
a
says
solid
plus
rule.
10 to it. Yeah.
That is a good rule.
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking hero point.
Yeah.
However, here's the thing that you now need to cash in. Make it heroic. Describe what you do.
Okay, so this is a critical hit. Can I roll damage first just to see how much I do?
Sure.
So I'll click critical. Yeah. Is finesse for damage too, or just a
That's the hit.
hit? So
Yeah,
I'll still
if-
-2 from the damage.
Use your that's strength-based checks and DCs. But either way, go ahead and hit critical. Because chances are these things don't have a lot of hit points. So that was your crit.
That was me hitting critical and rolling. Yeah.
Okay. And let me see here. Oh yeah, because you want to be able to describe it efficiently. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
You end up. All right, so it had. Whoa, hey, why did it take no damage?
This guy's tough as hell. Oh, I'm targeting the wrong one. My bad.
What are you?
Oh, he's targeting one that
I
was
was
already
targeting one
dead.
that was dead.
Oh, that would make that. Okay, hold on. That would
Like,
make,
was-
fuck this guy.
That was
No.
me. I was trying to remember to do something for later, so I targeted it, and I think it applied to everybody.
why the fuck? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I don't know why Foundry is not allowing you to kill it. So,
Oh, okay.
describe your attack.
Yeah, I think leaving the cleaver buried in the arm of the one, kind of like shaking off that stinger, and then just drawing the sickle out and kind of like in that motion of drawing, just like hooking it into this thing's gut, like pulling it forward, and then as it kind of stumbles forward, just like kind of like reversing the grip and just driving like the curve of the sickle up through the jaw and the head. And then also just leaving that there as the thing falls down.
So,
Man, you go through your weapons fast.
They're not mine, I find them. Yes.
smart. He's just, oh, look, a farm. And that's empty because it's all full of undead. Oh, a new sickle. Oh, and here's a scythe. So, with the deadening of that thing, the land, you see roots, new life beginning to appear where the undead have been now reclaimed by the land. What's up?
Can I add to that? Because
Do it. Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Because Belle was still trying to do her summon undead.
Yeah.
So as
That's
the
right.
land comes up to reclaim the body that I had marked, this one was the one that was split in half. And so as the land comes up to reclaim different parts of the bodies, her spell activates on the top half of this body.
God.
And as the land pulls it back in, you just see it clawing and grasping at the at the surface as it's pulled down, and then she lets go of the spell.
That was creepy.
That was brilliant. My
Honestly,
God,
yeah.
Belle.
Wait, what?
I didn't know I could do that.
I didn't know you could do that either, love, but you did fantastic. We'll work on a little bit of the form and the technique there, but good.
Let's
Good on
do
you.
that.
Without missing a beat, Vin starts salting the bodies, or where they were, anyways.
The moment
Danix
that
will help you.
perfect. You take out the salt, you start doing your thing, and the one thing that you notice is that where the roots have been reclaiming those bodies, as soon as you put salt on them, a sheath comes off of the root to reveal fresh wood. The sheath itself begins to rot off, and then the land reclaims the bodies as the newly salted earth heals it.
Kind of looking at the group, I go, do what you must, but I think before I leave, we need to have a conversation.
Yes, maybe.
Agreed.
I just start walking back towards the house. I leave my cleaver and sickle where they are.
You forgot your... Oh.
Elias casts a glance at Davix in particular, and you see this look of deep interest, and he is watching Davix from behind as everybody walks in.
Elias, his name is Danix.
Danix.
I know, you keep getting it wrong.
You gotta let me know the first time, because I will run with it. And the
did.
more... Where?
I
Fucking
said
mood.
it
Someone
when
go
you
clip
did
it.
Yeah, I need... Somebody clip both of these things.
You kept
Marker?
doing it, so I was just kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna let you do it.
Now I'm just gonna make it a
It's
character
canon
thing.
now.
Yeah.
He
Elias is
says
convincing
Mütvia
me
and
that
Danix.
Yeah.
So what's Bob gonna do? I'm sorry, I meant Elias. Go on.
Oh no, Elias
Oh,
is...
nobody could. Thank you, Chris. Fucking thank you.
I got you. I saw what you did there.
Okay. Good. You take it from here. I'll put this over there. I called your character Bob, and then
Ooh, God,
That's why
okay.
we call him Elliot, because he loves Reliant.
no, I wanted to make it very obvious, but it was so obvious it was not obvious at all.
It went... Our reflexes were not very fast.
Well, you still haven't gotten a good night's sleep, so there. That's fine.
Yes. Yeah, Elias is... He looks contemplative. He's going to turn to Ven and say, I think there might be more to our new friend than meets the eye.
I think that the land has claimed a prince.
I think he might be right.
Just
And if I think Ven and Elias is going to turn, and he stops walking to stop Ven from walking, and kind of like frames up with Ven. Ven, at some point, I've got to go back home. But if I go back home alone, the same thing that happened before is going to happen.
Vin is
I
going to
wonder-
put his hand on Elias' shoulder and just be like, "You will not go back home alone."
I appreciate that. And if the two of us could take back my domain, I think we would have it. But I think our new friend might lend themselves to the endeavor. I just wanted to note it. Keep an eye on that one.
As
Always.
you two are talking, you're both pretty tall, right?
Yes. Well, at least Elias is.
Vin is tall and slender.
Cool. So you probably don't see, but when your conversation ends, you both, go to look the other direction. You realize that that little Belle has been sitting there, standing next to you guys, listening the whole time. Where is your home?
Belle. It's with you all, of course, my loving new family. And Elias is literally going to start walking in.
I think he was not telling truth with me.
Vin does not know what to say at this point. He just offers Belle his hand, like, do you want to go inside?
Oh, yes, thank you.
I think Danix has been following our new friend back into the house to have this conversation that seems quite urgent.
Yeah, Delia was she was going to help with like the salting of the corpses, but since Danix was helping Vin, she just kind of stood by the door, right, not wanting to go in without the rest of the group, and with her and her 30 feet cat hearing heard the whole conversation too.
That's adorable.
But yeah, so she's just standing by the door. Like, you guys don't know how far she can hear, so you guys thought it was like a private moment. She kind of she's just looking out. You guys finish salting, have that conversation. She sees Danix walk in. She nods at him, kind of looks out, gestures for the rest of you as you finish up and walk in. She will be the last one to walk into the cabin.
Delia, just as before you actually walk into the cabin, you say that you look back out. You can see several low-lying creatures about the size of a wolf, long spindly legs, wolf-like head in silhouette. About 4 of them cross the path, and then another comes up on the path and stops for a moment, looks over towards the cabin, and then stands upright. It's in the distance enough where you're really only picking up on a silhouette under the moon's lights.
Above table, DM, would you say that looks familiar to her? How the creature stands up, and can we say perchance it becomes humanoid?
Can you roll a wisdom save?
Oh God.
It's all riding on you.
The flip is my wisdom. Jeez.
The rest of us are going to be like, that's a weird dog. So we really need to go through on this
That's what the werewolf.
Would that be a will save?
Will save, correct.
Or
Will save on the left side. What did I say? Did I say wisdom save?
Yeah.
You did.
Oh, fucking 5e. I hate you.
I know. I was trying to translate it in my head like
No, you got it. No, you got it.
22.
Oh. So you're looking out, and it doesn't really move, acknowledge presence or movements or anything like that, and then falls back down on all fours and follows the other 4.
Okay. She will just, like linger until she can see that they're gone. Then she closes the door, takes some more of the infused oil that she made with the herbs and puts the symbol on the door as well after she closes it.
Danix, you understand your home seems to be solid and protected. Elias, you acknowledge something has happened locally that provides safety.
And if this is something Elias would feel, he definitely casts a glass towards Danix, and this a look of confirmation that his instinct is correct.
And I think you would get that in the fact that he had turned back to Delia almost to say to lock the door, but the moment she puts the oil on the door, he sort of understands that it's not as important. Having a locked door would be nice, but they're also going to let this man out anyway, and for the moment it is protected. And he sort of nods in thanks to Delia.
There's an air of calm that kind of flirts over the area. Outside, let the violence and the death reign. but in here, looks like you 7 are safe for the moment.
All right. I'm so sorry. I don't believe we caught your name, but you said you wanted to have a conversation.
Yes, Georg House Nekaratu. It is clear to me you're all very competent. Warriors, spellcasters, whatever you want to say. I'm not worried for your ability to defend yourself against these things that show up walking down the road. Yes. Just be careful with the way you're doing things. This flippant use of magic, this leaving blood, this... all of it. Nothing in Mütvia happens in isolation. When you use magic, something that likes magic is going to find you. It's going to make its way to you. That's not a maybe, that's not an, if, that's a when. Then the more you use, the faster they'll come. There are things to know. There are rituals to know. There is, I saw leaving food outside 100% the right way. Excellent work. But there are also just things to know about the nature. Did you notice in our fight those motes of light off to the west of the road? They're not fireflies. It's Sanji. You don't want to go there. And I gesture around to the walls of the house. I go, all of these is not what keeps you safe. And I point at the door where you put the oil on. That keeps you safe. And I gesture to just the group of people sitting. I go, this keeps you safe. Yeah. Mütvia is not a land for building houses and building temples. You came from ruined temple. Building things, that is temporary. Things fall, they collapse, they rot. New things grow in their place. What needs to be built is communities, families, Without these things, Mütvia, it doesn't care for competence. I've seen the most competent fighters, knights in shining armor, warriors of countless battles, spellcasters who knew more about the world, or who had forgotten more about the world than I'll ever know. It all ends up the same way. You go to the land if you don't respect it. There is a lot that lurks. Yeah. Look at me. Like frail old man. Nothing much to look at. Not much of a fighter. But I know things.
What happened in the battlefield would beg to differ.
That's not a result of being strong or a good fighter. It's a result of knowing they're undead, loose skin. Hell, really the thing that you need to aim for ligaments or the brain. That's not doing, that's knowing. And knowing what to do is a lot more important than just doing and hoping you figure it out. Yeah. Very much care on everything. It's my family, once, many people, hundreds maybe, don't know, never counted. But my personal family that I traveled with, we were 5 once, and then some of us, we have ideas that we are meant for the greater things. We are meant for doing more than what's given to us. We make deals with wrong type of creatures. And the deals sound good. They tell you everything you want to hear. And everything you learn about magic, Be careful about deals you make, Make sure it's all worded exactly correctly. But it's not the way it works. Not everything here is honest. Things will lie to you. They will trick you. They will deceive you. They will do whatever it takes to return you to the land. That's what this place does. It takes the strong, it rots them, and it grows new life from that. Yeah. So, it's good to be strong, but the strongest things, they are the ones that the land would most like to have. Is that making sense?
Yes.
More than I feel comfortable with, honestly.
And I kind of point at you and I go, "You, noble, shiny, flashy magic, yeah, great against shambling undead. Something smarter than them sees that. Wouldn't be good. Yeah, shooting fire, all these things." And I kind of have the lantern and I point at Delia. I go, "Magic and things? Wonderful. Something comes after the magic, toss it, leave it. Don't need it anymore. This land eats away at attachment." And I gesture to the group again. I go, "Bonds between people, a lot stronger. Harder to eat away at, but maintenance requires keeping together. Yeah. But that's enough for me. You've humored this old man long enough. I'll be out of your way. Remember, keep a track of where your blood is. If you don't know where your blood is at all times, I mean, somebody does, so. And, good luck to all you." And I look specifically at Delia. I go, "Cousin, make sure they're doing the right things." Yeah.
I will do my best.
I nod, and then I kind of pull my hood up and walk out the door.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye,
At
good luck.
Cousins, Elias exchanges a bewildered look with Vin and then watches the old man leave.
Wait, Elias. Our hot dog friend said deceiving is bad, and I think you did a deceive when you told me that your home is with us. I think you have place that you're from, and you deceived. She says that with like such conviction, like
Elias is
so
caught
proud
off
of
guard
herself.
by the sincerity of that.
Vin looks at Elias like,
I stop in the doorway for a second.
She's like got her hands like like set on her hips, like.
Dear, some things require a certain nuance to explore, and I don't know. And he's going to gesture to everybody who I imagine in their fight with the undead. Probably you might have a little viscera here and there. There might be a little bit. I don't imagine it smells great in this room. But tell you what, after a good night's rest and after I sleep uninterrupted, and he makes eye contact with everybody in the room at that, once I have woken up, I will answer any question that you have about my home or where I come from. But in the meantime, Elias is going to walk across the room and grab the bottle that was out that Danik said earlier. Is gonna hit it, make no facial expression at the alcohol born, and set the bottle down. I'm going to sleep, and I will see each of you in the morning. Elias is going to go to the other room and start undressing and start washing all of the nasty dead person garbage and gunk off of him.
Whatever happens in the morning, Belle will wake up when the sun does and will sit at the side of Elias's bed, hands crossed, waiting for him to wake up. And just
just really quick. Just a really quick backtracking. When you were walking out the door, Dahlia would have walked up to you and handed you a little bunch. It's basically some herbs and flowers, but they're wrapped with twine. And she would have just handed it to you and just said, "For protection on the road."
I take it, I look at it and I go, "Well, it's good work." And I kind of rummage around in my pack and I pull out a very similar one, except instead of being bound with twine, it's braided gray hairs. And I go, "Maybe try these next time. It's personal, These," and I hold it up, I go, "Bundle of herbs from friend." And I point to mine, I go, "This is bundle of herbs from Georg."
Did you just call your hair herbs?
Thank you.
No, the herbs are.
Thank you.
No, the hair is around the herbs. I mean, I kind of shovel through, and there's like moss and stuff falling out of the hair. I mean, don't wait for long enough. Herbs get in the hair, but it's not the natural state of it.
Well, that is. Thank you for teaching me new deceived word.
It's not good. I knew a prince once came to a town, prince came to town, tried to say, "This is my town. Everybody vote for me. I pay you to vote for me to be the prince." But disappeared. Don't know what happened to them.
Oh,
But we know what happened to them.
probably died.
Yeah. Stay safe.
You as well. And
Yeah,
keep
and
them
then
on the
she
right
will.
track.
And then she will stay at the door again until he's out of sight.
Riding on that train, Delia, the notions of like that blood trail that had come into the house, I'm assuming that your eyes would look down at some point, or someone else is here. Feel free to claim it, whomever. You can see that there are little drops of blood from Mercy's wounded body. And that was the blood trail that came in. Most of it now smeared because people were walking around on the floor and what have you. But as a little gift for you. We then...
While Elias sleeps all clean until the sun.
Elias is gonna re-enter in just his boxers and like an expressionless face, like nothing is different, and he's just gonna sit in one of the chairs that Danix found. I couldn't sleep. What?
Beautiful.
Overnight, because I'm assuming, like, is everybody going to try to go back to bed?
Until the sun rises.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're
I
going
need
to
to
bed.
rest for spell slots.
I think I'm the,
Yeah.
I don't use magic, so I'm not missing any spell slots, and I'm at my max HP. So I think what Delia would do is, like, Georg said something really, like, kind of that resonated with her. He said, when he gave her his bundle that was wrapped in his hair, he said, use this next time, something personal. And that kind of like resonated with her. And so as Mercy and Belle are sleeping, when she goes to swap out the bundle of herbs for a new one, this one is still wrapped in twine, but it has a single of her hair strands wrapped around it as well. And I feel like she is going to take a couple hours because she doesn't need as much rest as the others, and take some of the leftover herbs and stuff that Belle helped her gather. And if you will allow me, DM, she will use her trained proficiency in crafting to attempt to make... Now that she has seen, like, the way that, like, the void kind of leaked out of their bodies, to see if she can make something a little stronger than her bundle of herbs, just in case things in the temple tomorrow, like, go wrong, then she can staunch their, like, decay, or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So she would take hours, like a couple of hours, as everybody else is asleep, to go ahead and do that.
Demonstrating that your character has learned something is going to give everyone a plus 10% XP for tonight. Delia, 100%. You managed to learn something as well. You do exceptionally well on that, and that will be noted next time that you need to use that. You feel that the wisdom that had been passed down to you by an elder, though a cousin of a different tribe, but not, or a different clan, different family, fucking vampires. The
Vampire agenda wins again.
right. So, so you win, and you do the good stuff.
I do the good stuff.
Fucking nerd spicy
Hell
brains
yeah.
for the win.
We love doing the good stuff.
We do with the good stuff. That is exactly where we're going to end it for tonight. We'll see you guys next week. Stay adorable.